she and her attorney say the process has not been fair. They wanted a delay in today's meeting with a criminal case still pending in Florida. Her exit follows the recent resignations of Republican Tony Gonzalez and Democrat Eric Swalwell. Florida Republican Congressman Corey Mills could face an expulsion vote already under an ethics committee probe over misconduct allegations. 2 Americans killed in Mexico were reportedly working for the CIA.
2 Americans died in a vehicle crash over the weekend in Mexico, and sources tell the Associated Press the 2 were returning from destroying a clandestine drug lab while working for the CIA. 2 Mexican investigators were also killed in the crash. A U.S. official confirmed the CIA's involvement to the AP. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum says the crash occurred in Chihuahua and told reporters the alleged CIA operatives did not have authorization from her government to be there.
Fox's Jared Halpern, the Mexican leader ordering a national security law probe. America is listening to Fox News.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today. That's intouch.org. Thanks.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the camera. And Pete Davis is back. He's back. He's back. He's upright. And he's got the stars behind him. By golly, the mountains are making. More about upgrading and health care and stuff. Flounders in the house and Jeff's on the board. And it's only Tuesday, but it's all good. Everything's fine. The Flounders typing away there. Everything fine. Always doing something. You may be the typingest guy I've ever known. And Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon. How you feeling, my friend? What's going on? What's the latest?
Yeah, I need to eat more protein.
Real? Well, is that like a doctor thing, or are you just...
yeah,
you know?
I'm not eating enough. You got to have energy, and that's protein.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble finding protein I like to eat. So it's you got to make it.
You know, like a New York strip steak?
Yeah, every morning.
But I got to make it.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't say enough about peanut butter. Every morning, I have peanut butter on biscuits or English muffins every single morning. As much as I take 1.5, I bake the muffins, and I take 1.5 muffins, 3 slices basically, and I pile a little butter on them, and I pile as much peanut butter as those things will hold for it slides off the side, and that's a hearty, and the best thing you can do if you could only eat one food the rest of your life, they say the food is peanut butter. Take care of all the stuff you need.
Peanut butter's not good for you.
It's great for you.
It's like gravy.
It's like
Why don't
gravy.
you put some gravy on top?
2 of the food groups: salt, gravy.
You got any sprinkles you can put on top of it while you're there?
Sprinkles are for winners. Where did that come from? What line was that?
Coffee
Was that the Anchorman?
No, Glengarry Glen Ross. That's Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I remember
Coffee is
that.
for
Yeah,
closers.
that's for Jack Lemmon, wasn't it? It was Jack Lemmon originally. But who said sprinkles are for? I think that's like in the Arrested Development or something.
Simpsons. The Simpsons.
Maybe.
And Homer was going to put him on his donuts.
Yeah, I saw it somewhere. I have in the back of my head.
No, it's in the what is it?
Was it Anchorman?
Insurance commercial.
Oh, really? Oh, was it? Oh, you know that. I think I have a memory about that. Is now that you mention it.
I have the commercial here. If we want to play.
Oh yeah, you want to?
Well, I can't play it from here.
Oh, okay. So. All right. Well, anyway, maybe we'll do that. So, how you feeling? Are you other than you obviously need a little protein to get your energy back up? I assume that's just part of it. Is that how's your heart working? I mean, can you kind of feel any difference in just waking up and walking around and just sitting and feeling your heart?
For the first time in my life, I have a heart that's pumping a damn near 100%, getting the oxygen in the blood, And it's interesting because I can hear it. I can feel it. It's like a constant pounding. It's going to take a while to get used to that. You got used to it when you were a kid or a baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get used to it. And they say I should have more stamina, once I get over this original, get my strength back.
Yeah.
That it should. I can feel it, that it's pumping so much more than it was before.
Yeah. Outstanding. Now, I know this afternoon, and again, if you're just joining us, Pete has had major surgery, and he's talked about it before, and we'll talk about it as it comes up, and he's recovering. And so, obviously, you're here, and you'll last as long as you can, or feel like it, or you need whatever. I know you have some therapy stuff coming up later, so, but again, you're and for as long as it takes. I mean, this might be, I don't know, however long. You're here when you're here, and we're glad, but don't screw yourself up. It's just freaking radio. So,
I'm. If you just said like 2 weeks ago, could you make because I was going to say April 20th was when I wanted to start doing the show again from up here.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, I'd have said you're crazy.
Yeah.
But here we are. So we're going to work our way up to it. So it's ahead of schedule, frankly.
Don't overdo anything because it's too important when you're talking about your heart stuff. In fact, I've been trying to do some workout stuff and trying to start doing some more walking outside and so forth. And then I think to myself, well, geez, I don't want to overdo it because I am wearing a pacemaker and I have had a heart attack, and I'd hate to have I'd hate to screw myself up by trying to get better shape. You know what I mean? So at some point, you're still young enough where you got plenty of time to get back into where you want to be. But I'm at the stage where I'm saying, geez, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Anyway, now Jeff's holding his finger to his ear. So either he's got a horrible earache, or I'm assuming there's a phone call, perhaps. Who we got there, Jeff?
Jesse.
Jesse, hey Jesse, how's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer. Hey, Pete. I'm glad to hear you. And Flounder, how's it going, you guys? I just had one suggestion for maybe Pete's protein issue. For me, a lot of the times when I need to cram on protein, one thing is Premier Protein shakes. You don't have to worry about wasting the protein chewing them. And there's 160 calories, 30 grams of protein in each one.
Wow.
And
is that a brand name?
Those are pretty good. They come in... Yeah, Premier Protein. They come in all kinds of different flavors: strawberry, chocolate. They just came out with another one: lemon tart, cookies and cream.
And these they're called.
You can get them at Publix or.
Really?
I did.
Are they like in a dairy section or something? I'm wondering. I assume. I'll be darned. Cool.
Yeah. They're great, and they also have a ton of different energy and immune stuff in there for you too. A lot of
like blueberries.
Yeah, a lot of different vitamins and stuff in it too. So I can't say enough about those. But
and again, what's the name of it?
I might pass that along.
What's the name again?
Premier Protein.
Premier Protein. Excellent. Outstanding.
Yeah, just protein shakes.
Thanks, Jesse.
No problem.
Good to talk to you, man. Appreciate it. Have a happy day.
Yep. Good to talk to you, too. Good to hear Pete back.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. There you go.
You know what's good? Those Ensure. You see the commercials all the time.
My brother,
Premier is similar to that.
Yeah.
Well, their chocolate is like a chocolate shake.
Yeah.
It really is. It's addictive, the Ensure chocolate.
In fact, my older brother, Gene, the golf pro and the economist, basically, when he had some serious medical issues, the only thing he could really do was insure. And he bought it by the case, and so when I was working out with Mackie Showstone, the trainer, he taught me how to make protein shakes with eggs and protein powder and vanilla ice cream and milk. Oh man! But it was protein powder and the big thick and stuff, and they're great. Well, anyway, so there another idea suggestion for you. Flounder, how are you? And Mrs. Flounder, lovely Veronica.
All is well.
Yeah.
Doing good.
And Jeff, what's new with you, my friend, on the board here this afternoon?
Nothing much.
Yeah. Well, you've been taking lessons from Flounder, have you? Keep it in the old family. Anyway, well, here's our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And the whole gang's here. And let's see. We don't know. Well, we'll give you the latest on Iran. I don't know whether they're going to have another meeting about peace talks or whether it's going to, it's all up in the air. Who knows? And we'll talk about we got a lot of political stuff. That skank Democrat Congresswoman from Florida, Sheila-McCormick, has finally called it quits. That's the latest one. Design. She had a family business working on like COVID funds and healthcare stuff, and she was just stealing millions of dollars. Family business got caught. Not only she resigned Congress, she could go to prison for 50 years.
She had like 24 ethics violations.
Yeah, got guilty of ethics violations. Only 2 dozen. So that's Well, what's going on? Are you all right in there? What are you doing? Are you okay, Flounder? You're not supposed to be working when you're here.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right. Well, you make me nervous because Anyway, all right. 311. Now, let's 2 things to show you how I have had to become acclimated to the modern technological world. This morning, I'm listening to the morning show, as I always do. I listen to this radio station from 5:30 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. Truly, unless I'm, in the head. And then I take my phone in to listen. So this morning I hear the morning show guys talking about the scumbag senator from Connecticut who was celebrating the fact that there were some ships who got through the blockade by America. This guy, Chris Murphy. And I said, well, I didn't hear that. So I started Googling, trying to find the story. And it wasn't there. The only thing I could find Googling the story, the issue, was all social media. There was a bunch of Facebook posts and there were a bunch of social media reactions, but no news source had the story of Chris Murphy, celebrating Iran, basically, against his own country. And so I thought to myself, so what I did is I used my phone and I printed up a bunch of the reactions off social media so I'd at least have something to think about. And it was only hours later when somebody started covering the story. My point, we're going to talk about it here in a second, but my point was social media, love it or hate it, including X, is breaking news more than the news people are. And I almost hate to say it, but I'm getting a lot of really interesting reaction and perspective, and I really appreciate it before the news ever gets to the story.
We say this all the time. I mean, with social media, it's real-time information. You don't need news sources anymore.
Nope.
Well,
Twitter is ahead of everyone.
Yeah. And in fact, I heard something today. I might have been, I forget who, somebody here on our station, and they said somebody was asking. Oh, I knew what it was. Glenn Beck was asking. We're talking about Elon Musk, and he tried to get a hold of that girl to answer questions, but she died. And they were talking about Elon Musk and the tech. Now, one of the questions, this little girl was on her deathbed, asked Elon Musk, "Are you going to make your own telephone? Is Elon Musk going to invent a new kind of telephone?" And Elon Musk said, "No. Why bother? Because in the next 3 or 4 years, we aren't going to have phones." Wow. Okay.
Maybe that's why Tim Cook stepped down.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, was it yesterday? I mean, what do you mean we're not going to have phones?
So what's going to be the new advanced technology?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe you go to a store and get your fingernail imprinted and everything. It just goes right into your mind. I mean, what do you mean no phones?
Sunglasses, eyeglasses. It's going to be there.
Like the meta glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or a hat, or even a necklace. There's a lot of things you can.
A little earpiece.
Yeah,
an earpiece.
Yeah, just something. Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so 5 hours ago, Chris Murphy tweeted again. Okay, Twitter, I can't believe I need to clarify this, but obviously Trump's bungled mismanagement of the war is not awesome.
We have his soundbite coming up. If ever going to play that, and I'll talk about that. Also, I'm going to start the actual news part of this, talking about Rich McCormick, and you'll hear from him too. And I heard that on the morning show. And since he's a Georgia guy, we'll start with that because I still have some serious reservations about congressmen in this country who voted to allow the hundreds of thousands of Haitians to stay here. The Democrats got away with this vicious, hate-filled, evil scheme of theirs because people in America who are good people feel sorry for Haitians who might have to go back to their own freaking country. Well, there's a whole issue, and it's all coming up. 3:15 already. Kimmer Pete's back. Flounder and Jeff on the board. 106.3 on the big monster. What is the news section here? I got.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
It's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Toro. Is your lawn starting to get ahead of you? Take it back with the power and precision of a Toro mower. From small yards to wide open properties, Toro delivers the clean, professional cut that makes your lawn stand out fast. Ready to upgrade your mowing game? Find your Toro mower today at Howard Brothers, your local source for quality equipment and expert advice. Toro and Howard Brothers, the power to cut it right and the people to back it up.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
So imagine this, 30,000 people on campus, you lose power. So being in the trenches with a group like Georgia Power, and you have someone to call, those are things that we have to navigate in real time, and sometimes it happens out of nowhere, and it can be a lightning strike that just happens, Mother Nature. So we're very fortunate. Georgia Power has a number of programs and offerings and services, but I think it's the one-call touch that really, we look for partnerships like that, and we want to be relational and not transactional, particularly on something so important as this.
Yeah. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Don't miss out as division rivals the Philadelphia Phillies come to Truist Park April 24th through the 26th. The weekend begins with the Star Wars ticket package and theme night, where fans can interact with characters and enjoy an evening in a galaxy far, far away. Plus, fans who purchase the ticket package will receive a Matt Olson Mandalorian bobblehead. And then on Saturday, the Braves will celebrate Brian Snitker's legendary career with a pregame ceremony inducting him as the newest member of the Braves Hall of Fame.
And Acuna swings a mighty bat. That thing is way out of the ballpark.
The weekend wraps up with the mini Michael Harris II bobblehead giveaway for the first 3,000 kids through the gates on Sunday. April baseball concludes with the Detroit Tigers April 28th through the 30th. Fans can look forward to the Snoopy ticket package on April 28th, followed by the Chris Sale bobble card giveaway presented by Napa on April 29th. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets for the jam-packed week of fun. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Check your power bill from last summer. You want to repeat? Well, hey, it's the camera. I trust my friend Jeff at Peach State Windows. Cooling costs more than heat does, and your old windows let that heat in. Peach State Windows uses heat reflective glass to keep cool air in, the heat out. 8 premium double hung Energy Star windows installed for just $39.95. 0% financing for 12 months. PeachStateWindows.com. Here's the number, 770-485-8011. PeachStateWindows.com.
Certain things in life can paralyze you in fear, and a letter from the IRS is one of those things. I know, I've gotten one. If you've received a notice from the IRS, or maybe you owe back taxes, or you have years of unfiled returns, or maybe you filed but you can't pay what the IRS says you owe, you are crazy to try to deal with the IRS on your own, really. The IRS has the power to revoke your passport, drain your bank account, levy your wages, and if you're a business owner behind on payroll taxes, they'll shut your business down and come after you personally. But you don't have to face all of this alone. Get the expert help you need. Call Call the folks at Rush Tax Resolution today, 877-554-RUSH. Rush Tax is A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau. They're the only company that I would trust and recommend in this category. They offer free IRS transcript investigation. They'll tell you up front and for free if they can even help you. And they'll only take your case if they know they can help you. 877-554-7874. 877-554-RUSH or rushtaxresolution.com.
Yeah, we could have had it all, baby. 321. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis. He's back. Flounders here. Jeff's on the board, and this is Adele. And on this day in 2016, Adele was named Britain's richest ever female musician. The Sunday Times had a list. Adele had 50 music millionaires in Britain and Ireland, and Adele's made about $100 million, puts her in 30th place, an increase of about $50 million the year before from 2015. But in 2016, Adele, Britain's richest ever female musician. All right, there you go. Let's see, a birthday list today includes Rob Riggle. I bet you have seen him lately more on commercials than anything else, but he's 56. Rob Riggle, 56. Saturday Night Live, Daily Show alum, played the cop who tasered Zach Galifianakis there in Hangover. The teacher forcing Dave Franco to sell drugs from 21 Jump Street. And if you see, he's done commercials for Holiday Inn, KFC, Miller Lite, all kinds of stuff. And as one of the latest TV commercials I've seen him, it shows him in uniform. He's a Marine. He was a freaking lieutenant colonel in the United States Marines, the comedian Rob Riggle. And it showed him over in some bombed-out place in Iraq or something years ago. So God bless him. Rob Riggle, 56 years old today, a jarhead, a lieutenant colonel. Man, I was in for quite a while.
Kevin the pilot on the horn real quick.
Kevin, my Kevin? Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, looks like, yeah.
Hey, man, how's it going? Welcome. What's up?
Hey, guys. How's it going? Pete, welcome back, man.
Thanks. We appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Are you there, Pete? Because I want you to hear this story.
I'm here.
I guess you.
Yeah, he's
okay,
here.
Good. Well, okay, so here's my story. 2021, I went in for a colonoscopy, and they found a little tiny whatever, and they removed it. Oh, I got surgery at Kennestone, and the staples that they used to reattach my colon to the main parts, whatever they did, they leaked. This was supposed to be I was supposed to be in the hospital for 3 days. Pete, I was in there for 30. And yeah, and I lost 30 pounds, and I had a blood clot pass through my heart into my. I'm telling you, I don't know how I'm here. So what happened was they removed the little benign polyp, and the staples that they used leaked. So I got what's called sepsis, which will kill you in a heartbeat.
Poison, yes, sir.
So, yeah, it's poison waste into your system. So I was in the hospital, and, Pete, they put me full of Dilaudid, and I didn't want to eat the food. Every time they came in with food, the smell made me nauseous. I turned it away. Mm-hmm. All I could eat was applesauce, and it was horrible. And this was right after COVID.
Oh, wow.
Robin couldn't even come in the room. She wasn't allowed in the room, so I could have no visitors.
That's your lovely bride?
Yep. All she could do was call the doctor every day and say, how's he doing? How's he doing? Well, I mean, it was bad. They had to cut me open like a fish, kind of like you, Pete. They cut my stomach open.
Oh, man.
And twice to put a colostomy bag so I could live, basically. So they cut me open twice. I still have the scar right up and down my stomach, so I've got the battle scar. So I came home, Pete, and I'll finish with this. I came home. I had a walker. Pete, I could not make it up literally one stair without having to sit down. I was out of breath. And I had a walker. My goal was to walk around the living room with the walker once a day, and I try to increase that. But
wow.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't walk 3 or 4 feet without having to sit down. And I don't know if that was the blood clot or what was going on, but after I lost 30 pounds. People were like, what happened to you? So that's my nightmare story. And hearing Pete tell it again yesterday was like deja vu.
Poor bastard. Yeah, thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, and Kevin, of course, is the guy who started responsible for taking care of getting my chopper fixed up for me as a surprise for my freaking birthday. Yeah. And my daughter Jennifer went nuts and all this stuff. And Kevin started the whole thing. And I look at those pictures, and when I get on that thing, I tell you, I will never forget it. It's immensely touching.
It was my pleasure, it was my pleasure and our pleasure, and I'm just glad I was around to do it because I almost wasn't.
Yeah, that's horrible. I had no idea. Well, again,
you did, and not many people do. And here I was wearing a colostomy bag while trying to fly. And
this guy's a hotshot pilot, by the way. This is a big-time airline pilot.
I mean, I would have to. Sometimes it got messy. Sometimes I couldn't do it. And I only wore that for 6 months while my colon healed. Yeah. But it's a slow road, Pete. Yeah. But you can do it, and just lots of time on the couch. Get your stamina and your energy, and get food in you, and it'll come back. Yeah. I mean, I lost 30 pounds. You can do it, and you'll be back.
Yeah, very nice. And by the way, for the record, I've made this very public. Pete Davis knows that my all-time favorite other guy's wife is a woman named Rachel. We won't give her last name, but Pete and I know we used to work with her, and she has been forever and ever my favorite other guy's wife until I met Robin. Now, Robin is this guy, pilot's wife, Robin, and she is now my co-favorite other guy's wife. I just have to say that, and she knows it, and you know it, and I'm not changing my mind.
She knows it, and I was fully expecting that. But anyway, Pete, Flounder, good talking to you. Pete, good luck.
Thanks, man.
We're with you, buddy.
All right, aim high. Thank you, Kevin. What a nice thing.
It's absolutely amazing when your body doesn't move. And for me, it was like 2 weeks. I didn't move. How hard it is to get your body moving again because it doesn't want to. Yeah. It basically wants to start over again.
Yeah. I mean, and the whole thing is a miracle anyway. Just the fact that think about, there's a man who, at one point did not know how to tie his shoes, picked his nose and teased the girls in second grade. And now he's got this very sharp knife and he's cutting open your body and pulling things out and doing. I mean, what a miracle it is that we have the technology and the skill and the knowledge and the experimentation. I mean, oh my God!
What kind of person does it take? It's got to have an ego.
I know.
Several times a week, cut somebody up. And work on them for 5 or 6 hours, knowing you have their life in your hands.
Yeah, beating heart.
That's an amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's astounding. Absolutely astounding.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing, I mean, I've dealt with illness too, and it's crazy how difficult it is to build muscle, but how easy it is to lose muscle when you just have to, like you said, when you're confined to a bed.
Yeah. Or when you start getting old.
I remember, again, quick funny story. Like when I was in the hospital, something similar to Kevin had. I had diverticulitis. And when I was out of the hospital, I was there for 7 days, and I went in there, I weighed 155. When I came out, I weighed 125.
Wow.
And I remember...
That's a lot of weight for 155. Losing a half move.
And I'd have to go for walks because they want you to get up and walk and things like that. And I lived in Grant Park, which was kind of by the city, and I would be walking in pretty much pajama pants and 2 different shoes. And my brother was always like, anytime you go for a walk, you need to take your ID because they're going to think you're a junkie.
That's right. Yeah.
Here's the thought process. I walk 5 minutes a day up my little gravel driveway here, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Okay, it's just me down here. So, and I have an embankment on one side, and I have a little valley on the other side. I make sure I walk on the side of the embankment because if I fall, they can see me.
They'll never
but if I go over the other side,
where's Pete?
They'll drive right by.
I noticed his car hasn't moved in a few days. Where the hell's Pete? Well, be careful. Oh, goodness. Anyway, it's the gang's all here. To Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Jeff's on the boards. 3:30. Here's the number: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We're going to talk about Rich McCormick, some of his stuff, and we'll talk about this business with the Haitians, and also the coward from Connecticut. There's another one, along with Danang Dick. I mean, what the hell are they breeding in Connecticut? I used to I never lived there, but I was there all the time, and Connecticut's a nice state. It's just a nice state.
Nutmeg.
Yeah,
nutmeg
the home of insurance salesmen, for God's sakes, and then the NBA Hall of Fame. I mean, anyway. It's all coming up 3:30. Come here, Pete, Flounder, and Jeff here in 106.3.
That's Springfield, Mass, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got that wrong. I was thinking of something else. What the hell's in Connecticut? Hartford has something.
Hartford
Hartford
don't go to Hartford.
Yeah, no.
It's a hole.
Sure, it's
the Whalers, that's something.
Yeah. Something here. I'll figure it out. All right, anyway.
Mark Twain's house.
There you go. Look out.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year. Help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand. Look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella. And we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit tbtofga.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Online at tbtofga.com.
Got a home project coming up? Don't miss the All Four Seasons Home Show, hosted by Dan Watkins of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors and Chris Walamia of the Trusted Toolbox. Every week, they talk with experts from Atlanta's top home improvement companies, sharing tips on plumbing, roofing, landscaping, and more. This week, we have Stan Homer from Little River Cabinet Shop. So don't miss the All Four Seasons Home Show, Saturday mornings at 9 on Extra 106.3.
When it comes to luxury, performance, and cutting-edge technology, few brands do it better than Cadillac.
And there's no better place to experience Cadillac than Jim Ellis Cadillac, where buying a luxury vehicle is just as refined as the vehicle itself.
From the bold Escalade to the sleek XT5, the powerful CT5, and the electrifying new Lyriq, you'll find an impressive selection ready to go.
That means more choices, more availability, and competitive pricing, all with the transparent, no-pressure approach Jim Ellis is known for.
And with the Jim Ellis Expressway, you can start your purchase online. Value your trade, schedule a test drive, even complete paperwork from home.
It's luxury car buying made simple and convenient on your terms. Or shop in person and enjoy a professional, welcoming dealership experience that puts you first.
To get started, visit JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by the Jim Ellis Cadillac dealership on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the costs of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some Big Wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the Big Wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Every day, Americans make choices that shape our country's future, right down to which cell phone provider we support. Here's what most people don't realize. Patriot Mobile is an activist organization funded by selling top-tier cell phone service. And they've been on the front lines defending our freedoms long before it was cool, standing in that gap when others wouldn't. And the best part is, they delivered prioritized premium service on all 3 major U.S. networks, giving you the same or even better coverage, backed by 100% U.S.-based customer support. You're going to get unlimited data plans, mobile hotspots, international roaming, so much, and you'll save money. And when you switch to Patriot Mobile, you're going to help grow a movement that fuels the Christian conservative cause. Every bill you pay helps advance the faith of values, family, and freedom. And switching is easier than ever. Activate in minutes. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. Take a stand today. PatriotMobile.com/Beck or call 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT, promo code Beck. Get a free month of service. PatriotMobile.com/Beck, 972-PATRIOT. Make the switch today.
Let me tell you what is going to happen if the candy-ass, blue-haired liberals in this country succeed in stopping Donald Trump.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Ah! Oh, sorry. Thought that was a call for help or something. We're trapped in here. No, seriously, it's only music. This would be Prince, 2016. Prince was found dead. God, was it 8 years ago? 8 years ago? Holy cow. Prince found dead at his home in Minnesota. He was 57. The police were summoned to the Paisley Park estate, found his body in an elevator. The acclaimed and influential musician was a global superstar in the 80s. Albums such as 1999, Purple Rain, Sign of the Times, and recorded more than 30 albums. Prince.
What
superstar.
date was that?
2016, 8 years ago. Can you believe it?
Why is that 8 years ago?
Today's 20. Yeah, was it 26? What day? Oh my God, this is a 10-year. Oh my God. I kept thinking it was 24. It's 2026. Yeah. Holy cow. All right, wait, hold on a minute. All right, let me see. So in other words, it's 2026. So that would make me, oh my God. No, see, that's why I don't want to say what year it is. I'll bet, oh my God. I'll bet subconsciously I didn't want to say it. What an idiot. I don't even know why I'm working. They should have fired me a long time ago. You can't have that guy on the radio. What are you doing, you idiot? He says stuff like this. Anyway, pray to God was, it was 4 plus 6 would be 10 years ago. Yeah, 2016 to 2026. Oh, Lord. Anyway, the poor bastard died, It was accidental, right? All those drugs in the system, as I recall. Okay. All right, now we got a whole bunch of phone calls here. Kimmer, Pete's back, and Flounder and Jeff on the board. We start with Gary. You're on the radio. Gary, welcome. What do you think, sir? What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that you were actually talking to Charlie the Tuna. When I was in high school, I heard you talking about it last week, Charlie the Tuna. And when I was in high school, I was the mascot at SeaWorld because they did the sponsorship. And so it was pretty cool. It was like you work 15 minutes on and then 45 minutes off. But
wait a minute. Charlie the Tuna. All right, so it's hysterical. So what did you have a costume? I mean, what did you do? And did you have to act or talk or tell me about it? What did you do?
You would go out and meet the crowd, right? So it was all for the kids, basically. But the costume was extremely hot, but I was working out, which even makes this story a little bit weirder. I was working out because I played football at Tulane, going to Tulane, and guess who my weight training coach was?
Don't tell me Mackie Shilstone.
Honest to God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a small world. This is unbelievable.
Yes, and but here's the thing. My picture is on the internet in the costume, and I've got two girls. I wasn't allowed to talk to any of the girls, unfortunately. But just to let you know that the flippers on the costume were not politically correct. So when the girls would back up, the flippers were a little low, let's just say. So it was pretty funny, but Yeah, you could only stay in those costumes for like 15 minutes because you would pass out. And then to make the third thing after Mackie Shieldstone, I just got back last week from having a heart procedure called the Watchman, where they cover your left ventricle with a cap, and then it also stops AFib, so you don't have to take blood pressure medicine.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool. I got it at Piedmont, and it went great. But
excellent.
Yeah, it's really it's funny. So now when I heard Charlie the Tuna last week, and you said it,
sorry, Charlie, we want tunas that taste good. That was good taste. Oh my God!
I'll send you a picture. Which email or something should I send it to?
Where do we get a picture, Flounder?
I'll talk to him offline.
Okay, don't hang up, and Jeff, don't come out with you. And by the way, Mackie Shieldstone. Now, for the record, and again, when Mackie was training people, he trained me before he trained Michael Spinks to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And Mackie was the one who got me the protein shakes we were just talking about, and made my protein shakes. And I worked out with him at Tulane University before I went to work. Did all our training and stuff. And Mackie and I ran my first marathon 26-mile race in New Orleans together. The first time we did, and we trained on 7 days practice to run 26 miles. And that guy, you can confirm this, Mackie Shieldstone could run like a deer. He would lead the football team, and they would say, okay, Mackie, take us out, and he would just go zoink, and he would just take off, and everybody's trying to catch up. What a guy. And this lovely bride, I used to work with her, Sandy, and what a terrific guy. I don't know if you ever keep in touch with him, but if you do, I'll give him my very best. My daughter was in his wedding as a flower girl. Little girl, Sarah.
And I remember being at Tulane when Spinks, anything that was done, because I played football there, we did security at the Superdome, so we did all the fights,
cool,
including Spinks. But we also got to do the Duran Nomos fight.
Oh, no kidding.
Sugar Ray Leonard. So I was right on the courtside, ringside with that, and when he quit, the people hadn't even had time to drink their 32-ounce beers in the upper deck, so they're throwing them down. So we got smashed, got him into the press conference, and then someone yelled in there that, hey, Sugar Ray, you're chicken to fight me. And he looked up, and it was Tommy the Hitman Hearns. So his group started a fight. So I ended up that night at Fat Harry's with more punches than either one of those boxers took all night.
What a great story. Holy shit. You got like 3 stories. It's unbelievable. This is our first 3-story guy.
Yeah. Okay, the best part of this call is at the beginning of it when he said he was Charlie the Tuna, and you asked him, well, did you have a costume?
Yeah.
You think he looks like Charlie the Tuna?
Thanks, Kimmer.
Sorry, man. Hey, listen, thanks a lot. That was very entertaining. Thank you so much. You have a great day. Oh, mercy. What if... don't hang up. Did you get his name? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to figure. Okay. Now, Rick, hold on, Rick. We got Bobby, I think, still. Jeff, is that right? We got Bobby on the phone. Thanks for holding, Bobby. Welcome aboard, sir. What's up?
Hey, thanks, Kimmer. Look, I just wanted to call and tell Pete that I had the same surgery he had 3 years ago. He's through the roughest part. Just do the walking that they tell you to do, and if they offer him cardiac rehab, that's a great thing to go do if they offer it up in that area. And no matter what he does, that heart pillow that they gave him don't go anywhere from one room to the next, and he don't have that heart pillow.
No, what's a heart pillow?
I'll go get it and show it to you in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, listen. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
If you cough or sneeze or anything because your chest is cracked open, you hug that pillow as tight as you can.
Yeah. Wow.
It hurts.
I guess it hurt. Oh my! Well, he's going to show us. Well, Bobby, so now are you all better? Are you cured? Are you stronger than ever with your heart feeling? Can you tell the difference and all that stuff?
Absolutely. I'm stronger than ever. And I will say this, Kimmer, it takes your they say about 10 to 12 weeks, your chest bone grows back together.
Yeah.
But it's still real sensitive. You don't like for anybody to touch it or anything. It takes about a year before that's basically back to normal. But I'll say this, had a car accident, probably the worst car accident I've ever been in. We T-boned a guy, and I had a Toyota Corolla. Well, of course, the airbags deployed, seat belt, all that. And, of course, my wife was scared to death, because it had been about a year and a half. I was fine.
Yeah.
I was absolutely fine.
That's good. Outstanding. Thank you, Bobby. That's encouraging, and I think
I've got suffocating a sneeze down to an art. But 2 or 3 times a week, it surprises you, and you just grab yourself and hold on.
Wow. All right. Well, Bobby, thanks, man. I appreciate that very much. And good luck to you, and congratulations. I think it's good. Can we take Rick the Painter real fast here?
We'll get Rick the Painter on the.
All right, hold on, Rick the Painter. It's 3:46, and Pete's going to grab the pillow because who knows? With the Kimmer, Pete's back from Flounder and Jeff on 106.3 on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We'll be right. Hold on now. Don't go away.
You've been warned. If the Dems win the midterms, the border opens back up. Impeachment comes down, and you get more riots in the streets. Now's the time to hunker down and vote red. Count on Extra 106.3 to bring you the stories that matter from the most trusted voices in the country. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
If you live in Georgia, you already see it. The cars are turning yellow, the pollen is here, and this year, with an earlier and warmer spring projected, it's hitting even sooner. But here's what matters most. It's not just what's outside, it's what your family is breathing inside. Your kids, your pets, you. Your HVAC system doesn't just control the temperature. It circulates the air throughout your entire home. And without proper filtration and purification, that air can carry pollen, dust, and allergens right through every room. Central specializes in whole home air purification systems. Advanced filtration, humidity control, and high-efficiency carrier systems are designed to support healthier indoor air. When you combine air purification technology with dependable carrier performance, you're creating a cleaner, more comfortable environment for the people who matter most. Right now, you can receive up to $1,700 in rebates plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making it easier to protect your home before allergy season peaks. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetc.com, cpapsetc.com, with a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
At Georgia Power, we are committed to protecting our customers' personal information and exposing the tricks that scammers use to steal your hard-earned money. If someone comes to your door and doesn't have a Georgia Power uniform and badge, or calls you on the phone and threatens to turn off your power if you don't make an immediate payment, they are scammers. If you suspect a problem, call us immediately. Never let the person into your home, and call law enforcement if you're concerned. To learn more about how to protect yourself, visit georgiapower.com/scam.
Sponsored by Georgia Power.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Georgia Tech women's basketball season tickets for the 2026-27 season are on sale now.
Here's Moon with the loose ball. Forecourt to Alvin, putting up a jumper. A long two is good as the buzzer sounds.
You don't want to miss a second of second-year head coach Karen Blair and the Yellow Jackets at McCamus Pavilion next season.
Posting up, muscling in strong, putting it up and good. She'll go to the line, hunting a three-point play.
Save your seat today at RamblinWreck.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
Here we go now. Look out. 3:50 on the clock. Kimmer Pete's back. Flounder Jeff on the board with AC/DC. 2015, their drummer Phil Rudd changed his plea to guilty on a charge of threatening to kill somebody in New Zealand. The court heard Phil Rudd say he was unhappy about his album's launch party, and he had asked for a former employee to be taken out. He first denied the whole thing and then realized, well, they got me. Phil Rudd, the drummer, also pleaded guilty to cannabis and methamphetamine possession. Phil Rudd admitted that he had fired a whole bunch of employees a few months earlier after the launch of his solo album, Head Job. He said, I'm guilty, and I don't think they killed him, so I guess he's still around. Anyway, to the phones. Rick the Painter. It's Rick the Painter on the radio. Hey, Rick, how you doing, man? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer. Hey, brother. Hey, and I just want to say, Pete, it's great to have you back, man. So glad to have you back. So, with all the hospital stories that are going around, I thought I'd like to share my granddaddy's horror story.
All right, sir.
It landed him in the hospital 2 weeks ago. Maybe you could give him a shout-out.
All right.
Well, yes, sir. He suffered a bad injury. He was playing with the grandbaby.
Grandbaby?
They were playing. Yes, sir. They were playing peekaboo, and now he's in ICU.
It was a peekaboo ICU. That was a peekaboo ICU. It was in the ICU ward. Where
Did you know that most zoo dentists refuse to treat grizzly bears without strong anesthesia first?
Really? No, I didn't. Why is that? I wonder why.
Well, because there's safety in numb bears.
Numb bears. So in other words, I thought you were going to say that they take it themselves so they can't feel when the bear eats them or something. I have no idea.
There's my pillow.
Oh, there's your pillow. Oh, Piedmont Hospital heart pillow. Look at this, an actual heart pillow. I'll be damned.
Yeah, they make you hold it. That way if you have to cough or do something.
And it's actually like to keep your heart or your chest from billowing out when you have to do it. Wow, no kidding. Well, outstanding.
Or cough. Yeah.
Man. Well, that's a lot. That's wow. And again, you had shown us Pete's back, but again, when he starts getting tired, and again, I know you had some rehab later on this afternoon. So, when you're ready, go. But again, this is great. You sound great. You look great. You look like you lost a little weight, and but
my voice still isn't back.
Well, you sound a little different, but clearly you sound like you still have your faculties. It's just it sounds a little different.
Part of the problem is this massive pipe they put in my neck at one point into one of the arteries, and that sucker hurt. I mean, when it came, it was like sore for a week afterwards when they pulled that baby out.
Yeah,
I didn't know they did that in the neck. The arms and the legs and stuff like that. All of a sudden, they're like, okay.
I had an arm and a leg thing for my heart, but I never had a neck thing.
Yeah, neck, no. They didn't give me. They didn't ask permission. Let's put it that way.
Just turn over. Yeah, roll over on your side there for a minute. Oh, sorry.
You wake up and you're like, "What's this?"
Yeah, excuse me. There's something in my neck.
Like Frankenstein.
Just a damn minute. Anyway, Kimmer P. Flounder, 404 and Jeff, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I can't believe this guy. I can't believe Gary called and worked out with Mackie Shulstone at Tulane University. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And he was Charlie Tuna.
Is he still alive, Mickey?
But Mackie Shulstone, sure. He's younger than I am.
You should have him on the show. We should call him and see if any of this is true.
You just confirmed it with a total stranger. What do you think? I set that up?
You've had a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna fake out that old Pete Davis boy. I'm gonna find a guy, give him a story. Anyway, 354. All right, let's show this Rich McCormick story. The House voted on a bill in Congress to extend the temporary protection status for Haitians, like 350,000 of them in America. They got here under Biden. Again, the whole thing with the Biden team was to get as many illegals in here as they could, give them phony status, so they even use things like economic asylum, whatever. That just means people wanted a better life. That's why they let them all in here. And the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Haitians, and the House had to vote. Donald Trump wanted to end that program. It should have ended a long time ago. It was temporary. But they kept going and going and going. Finally, Trump says, you can't do it. It's not right. It wasn't legit, and it's time to end it. And everybody went, oh, So Congress voted to keep it going. Well, they actually voted not to, but among the people who voted to keep it going were Rich McCormick, Republican from Georgia. And I heard him talking with they interviewed him on the morning show today. And here's what the Congressman Rich McCormick said about voting to keep hundreds of thousands of Haitians in America, even though they shouldn't have been here in the first place. Leah, here we go.
I couldn't in good conscience vote for that. And I understand why people would disagree with me. I really do. And I hate illegal immigration with all my heart. But this is a unique situation which I don't see a better alternative for those people who came here legally to send them back to almost certain death, rape, and robbery and starvation. I just couldn't do it. And I hope people give me a little grace on this because I think it's a unique situation for a select few of those people from Haiti. And if you do a blanket rule, and I told the White House, and I love the president, and we have a good relationship, but I just couldn't do a blanket rule for those people who have no other place to go at that point.
That's Congressman Rich McCormick. One response from social media from Bad Hombre said, so what you're saying is that Haitians can't go back to Haiti because they're prone to raping, murdering, and creating chaos and lawlessness, so we should keep Haitians here to rape, murder, create chaos and lawlessness in America. Well, the bottom line is, and I'm going to talk, we got a Flounders Funny coming up here in just, it's too many, I will come up here in just a second. But when we come back after the top of the news, this just proves how insidious and vicious and black-hearted the scheme was by the Democrats, the puppet masters of Biden, the cadaver president, to do this to America because they knew that once they let him in here, they'll never get out. And so far, it's working way too well. Flounders Funny there, Jeff, if you will, sir.
I am a white guy, so I'm always coaching my white brethren, because we got rules. No one else has rules. Anyone else can do whatever they want, but us whites, we have a lot of rules. There's always new words we can't say and songs we can't quote. Don't even ask to touch someone's hair. They'll take your job away. So I'm always clocking it, keeping my white boys in order. The other day, my buddy Blake, he lives in Tahoe, and just at this liberal coffee shop, he's just talking loudly. He's like, yeah, here in Tahoe, we're having a lot of trouble with the black bears. I was like, you can take it easy, all right? Don't be talking like that. Have you ever thought that maybe it's, one, it's not important what color the bears are. And two, maybe Tahoe is maybe systematically Tahoe is set up in a way that these bears feel the pressure socially to, have you ever thought about that, Tahoe? But then I went home and I did a little homework on my computer, and Tahoe is virtually having zero problem with white bears. Not a single report. And the statistics don't care about your feelings, I do want to say I love all bears. I think all bears matter, and that's all. Black bears, brown bears, polar bears, gummy bears, Chicago bears, those big bears, those big gay bears. All but Jewish bears. I love all the bears. Some of you are like, what's a Jewish bear? You've never heard of the Berenstain Bears? Okay, come on.
Oh, my God.
What, are we splitting hairs here? 4 bears in a 1-bedroom, kind of Jewish.
Who's that again?
It's Jeff Dye.
Oh, I love it. You ever been to Lake Tahoe?
I have not.
I took a boat on it with a girl once, Lake Tahoe. I think that's the deepest lake in the world or in America. I think so, yeah. Anyway, Pete Davis is back. Yeah, it's true. Check it out. It's one of the deepest lakes, either in America or North America or something like that. It's almost 4 o'clock. Holy cow! And Pete's back, and very exciting. And the gang's all here. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. Mackie Shillstone, the trainer. I told you. See, I've been telling you all this time. You've been denying the
Lake Tahoe is the second deepest lake in America, and it is Lake Crater in Oregon is the deepest.
That makes sense. All right, 4 o'clock. Look out. Here we go.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Talks with Iran up in the air. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Vice President J.D. Vance has been at the White House instead of leading a U.S. delegation to Pakistan, where a Pakistani official released a statement about Iran not committing yet.
Decision from Iran to attend the talks before the end of 2 weeks ceasefire is critical. And Pakistan has made sincere efforts to convince the Iranian leadership to participate in the second round of talks, and these efforts continue.
Fox's Matt Finn in Islamabad. Iran wants the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports to end. A member of Congress facing a criminal probe in Florida and an ethics punishment in the House resigns.
The House Ethics Committee was to meet today to recommend punishment for Florida Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Sherfilis McCormick after she was found guilty of violating 25 House ethics rules. But instead of holding the public hearing, committee chairman Michael Guest read a letter out loud that Sherfilis McCormick had submitted to Speaker Johnson.
Dear Mr. Speaker, I hereby resign my office from the 119th Congress as representative from Florida's 20th Congressional District.
Effective today. Congressman Guest thanked committee members and staff for their work in this lengthy investigation, but said the committee had lost jurisdiction in the matter, as she is now a former member of Congress.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, she and her attorney say the committee process was not fair while a criminal case was pending. Fed Chair nominee Kevin Warsh promising an independent Federal Reserve, but also facing questions about his wealth.
Warsh is sitting on a portfolio valued up to $226 million. If confirmed, he'd be the richest Fed chair in history. That sparked fireworks from ranking member Elizabeth Warren, who targeted roughly $100 million in assets she claims are undisclosed. She did not mince words, calling him, quote, a sock puppet for President Trump. Senator Mike Rounds jumped in to rein her in, noting that Warsh has an agreement to divest within 90 days.
Fox Business's Darren Botello. The Dow down 279 at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into your everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today. Thanks.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Yeah, Virginia's trying to go from 6-5 Democrat-Republican to 10-1 Democrat-Republican. Voting today in Virginia redistricting. Little REM here for you. Peter Buck in the news. I always like this song. Said too much. I have no idea what the story is, but I like this song. He said too much. Do you know what this song is about? Have any idea? Jeff, do you know anything about this song? Pete, do you know anything about this song? What's it? Losing my religion? What's it mean, I wonder? Has he lost his faith in a girl, I wonder? Huh.
I mean, you're asking curious. Three people that don't know.
I mean, but isn't that funny? I mean, but that's me. I like music for the music of it. I don't really think about the story unless it's an obvious story.
Michael Stipe lost faith in girls a long time ago.
Well, see, there you are. That explains a lot. Lost his religion, all right. Yeah, our sister with a punctured lung. Anyway, I was on this day in 2001. God thought you.
All right, it says REM's Losing My Religion is about unrequited love, obsession, and the vulnerability of romantic pursuit, not religious doubt. The title is an old Southern U.S. idiom for losing one's temper.
The old unrequited love quest. Yes. And now the story. 2001. REM guitar picker Peter Buck was charged by police at Heathrow Airport with being drunk on an aircraft and assaulting British Airways crew members. Peter Buck was taken into custody after landing on a flight from Seattle, and the police questioned him for 12 hours. And it doesn't say whether
they around over there.
Well, plus, I won't say every day, but frequently during the week, there's a story. I'm like scouting for stories of, issues to talk about of somebody acted up on a freaking airline flight. I mean, it's all the time. I mean, it's, one thing after another, whether it's, putting your seat back too far or, if somebody playing their phone too loud. I mean, it's unbelievable. And people, fist fights and physical stuff, brutal. All right, let's see. Pete's back. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Jeff on the board. And our birthday list includes James McAvoy, 47 years old. He has really had a very interesting career. James McAvoy played Lord Asriel on His Dark Materials. Have no idea what that is. Professor X in 4 X-Men movies, James McAvoy. Bill in It Chapter 2. James McAvoy, at 47 years old, is the guy with multiple personalities in Split. He's in Unbreakable, the sequel Glass. He was in the movie Last King of Scotland, which was years ago as a young man. I think did he play the doctor in that, I think? Last King of Scotland. You remember
I didn't see that about Idi Amin.
Yeah, Idi Amin. It was a real. I remember seeing the movie. It scared the crap out of him. As I recall, I think he was the doctor, and he had to keep doing what he was supposed to do. But as I recall, he was scared to death to get the hell out of there because Idi Amin was killing everybody. And as I recall, it was a. Bill, did you ever see the movie Last King of Scotland? Bill. Did I say Bill? Jeff.
Jeff is his name.
No. Did you ever see that movie, Jeff?
I did not.
And Flounder, you didn't see it either. Okay, well,
no,
never mind. Sorry. Anyway, James McAvoy. But the thing I remember him was, I didn't see Chronicles of Narnia, but he was in that. He was in Wanted. The movie Wanted, where they shoot the gun around the corner, bullets and stuff, and that little hottie in the car, what's her name? Where they drinks blood, what's her name? The actor's daughter hates her father. Angelina Jolie, yeah. Hates her father and drinks blood of her boyfriend.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. A great, Morgan Freeman, it was a very good movie. Action movie and really weird. But believe, I don't believe bullets can be curving around things, but still, it was pretty cool. It was an action movie that I liked.
Is in there one of his first roles.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't think I've ever seen a bad movie with Morgan Freeman. He's one of my favorite actors. I don't know. Anyway, James McAvoy is 47, and on this day in history, this was a bizarre day, and I'll bet some of you remember this. The story goes, first of all, notorious most wanted gangster Al Capone started his life of crime in Chicago in 1919. Headquarters set up at the Lexington Hotel. After he was arrested in 1931, there were renovations made to the hotel when a team of workers discovered a shooting range and series of connected tunnels that led to taverns and whorehouses underneath the hotel, making for an easy escape if there were ever a police raid there. Rumors were spread that Capone had a secret vault hidden under the hotel down there with the caverns and taverns as well. Well, on this day in 1985, news reporter Jerry Rivers, he changed his name to Geraldo Rivera. Geraldo Rivera had been fired from ABC after he criticized ABC for canceling his report that he did about an alleged relationship between John Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe. So in 1985, it seemed like a good time for Geraldo Rivera to scoop a news story to repair his reputation. It was on this day, 1985. 1986. Did you see it, Pete?
Yes, we watched it. Yes.
And Jeff, did you see it?
Yes.
Geraldo. And Flounder, did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. 1986, Geraldo got there. It was on this day, 2-hour live syndicated show. And I remember it took forever. They were talking about everything except opening the freaking vault. But eventually they did. After the lots of backstory, the time came to reveal what was in that vault. It was basically empty. There were some bottles there. And after the show, Geraldo was quoted as saying, "Seems like we struck out." Well, only empty bottles and nothing really special, but the show did include they had a medical examiner in case there were any bodies inside, and they also had agents from the Internal Revenue Service in case there was any money. Wow. And imagine having a coroner there in case there were dead bodies in there. I mean, again, we all thought there was going to be, something in there. But again, anyway, and the show received the highest rating in syndicated TV history. 1986, at least up till then.
That's funny. You mentioned Speakeasy. During the height of my narcotic sleep,
yes,
I thought that Lori took me downstairs of Piedmont Hospital and that there was a Speakeasy jazz club in the basement of the hospital. And we're sitting there drinking at a bar. And this faith healer comes in with these 2 cups, and he puts these cups on my back, and they start pounding, pop, 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 like this.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, that feels good. That's great. So the next day, when I'm half lucid in the hospital room, this therapist walks in with these 2 cups and puts them on me, bah, 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 bah. And it didn't feel as good that time, but I'm thinking, oh my God, that was real.
Wait a minute, it happened and you dreamed that you predict it?
They were actually doing it to me, but in my mind, I'm in a speakeasy at a bar with a faith healer doing it. And it wasn't the next day that I realized it's an actual medical practice where they pop you like the cystic fibrosis kids to get your lungs going.
That's right. And by the way, if you've ever seen that, parents, what a struggle to get the kid to keep breathing with cystic fibrosis. They have to, it's really strenuous. And
I was at a camp up there in Rabun County back in college, and we spent a week up there with the kids, and they would have to stop every once in a while, and you had to pound on their back, give them a big old hard massage to get them going.
Poor bastards. 412. Kim repeats back and Flounder. Jeff on the board. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Now, just a quick wrap up here on the business with voting in favor of keeping hundreds of thousands of Haitians here who were supposed to be here temporarily. And again, it was a scheme by the Democrats. It proves how insidious these commies are. They knew once the Biden puppet masters got all those people in here, they would never leave. Things would happen. People would feel sorry for them. Well, it's not, I heard people saying, well, a lot of these people, these Asians, work in hospitals and they save lives, and without them being here, Americans would die without these Haitians. Well, how about what is that, 9 of them? How many of the 400,000 or whatever, 350,000 Haitians are people who not only speak English, they can help the economy, they're doctors and, lawyers and sell insurance and stuff like that, or how many of them were emptied out of jails and prisons and insane asylums and everything else, just like Trump said? How many of them are able to contribute anything to America? And why should they be able to get in here and then stay beyond their thing illegally and for years and years and years and not be taken to the law? And the bottom line is, if we say okay with them, then what's the difference in anybody else getting in here? If you say, I feel sorry for those Haitians, they came here and then they're here and they're good people and they're now working in a store. So what's the difference between anybody who came here under any other circumstances and are here and are working in a store? And then you can say the same thing for everybody who came in, the 15 million of them.
I haven't been following. Did we know they were coming in the country, the Haitians? We let them in?
Yeah, we let them in under temporary protection status,
okay.
TPS
That's different.
stuff. Yeah.
That's different than them breaking in. I'll give it that.
Yeah, but again, it was temporary because, as I recall, it was because of the freaking earthquake. Or was it a hurricane? That was an earthquake. It was an earthquake or Haiti or some horrible upheaval. And they said, well, boy, people are asking for refugee status because of the horrible thing that happened down in Haiti. So we let them in temporarily. And then after the earthquake damage, go back home again. Well, they never went home.
Well, I think if they have proven that they're a viable member of society, I got no problem with them staying. If they're sitting around collecting welfare, ship them back.
Well,
I think it'd be a pretty easy black and white issue here.
Yeah, but the other problem is, what's the difference then between people who did come in here but are still members of society, and then people can say, well, they haven't, they're here too. They're now part of our society. We need to keep them here too. Because even though they came in here illegally, Biden just let them all in. All of them came in here illegally. They were all faked. Economic asylum, what the hell is that? That's not a thing.
Yeah.
So they're all the same. They all came in under some excuse. So what's the difference?
It's almost like community service. If they come in and they've made something of themselves, it proves they want to be an American.
Yeah, well, then they should have signed the book and go through but the problem is then it's basically amnesty. What we're saying is since they haven't since we haven't caught them doing anything wrong, we might as well just let them stay here. Boom, amnesty. There you are.
No, I mean that should be doing something, holding a job down, paying taxes.
I know.
Being part of a community.
Yeah. But again, the bottom line is the Democrats did this on purpose and it worked. They got millions of them in here, and now we're here, and now we're afraid to say you have to go home. They pulled it off. And the next move, if they take Congress, they're all going to be nationalized so they can vote.
Yep.
They did it. The scheme worked. 4:15, Kimmer Pete's back. Flounder and Jeff on the board. On 106.3, how's it going? Beautiful day, sunny, happiness. Braves playing again, I think. Yeah, here we go. Go Braves. All right, look out.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Okay, this isn't so much a commentary as it is a bitching session. I opened up my email this morning. Here it is, an email from the billing department. iCloud locked. Payment declined 3 times. Your account will be permanently closed today. That email is from Raymore Flanagan. Another one from my account, my Xfinity email. We will be discontinuing the old version of your email on April the 20th. Click here to update your mailbox. All of those are scams, every one of them. And you know damn well that these internet service providers could eliminate them if they cared about that as much as they do raising revenue. Then I read a story yesterday, Wall Street Journal, about scam campuses in Cambodia. Huge office buildings, skyscrapers, warehouses full of people, often engaged in slave labor, calling thousands of people a day across the world, mainly in the United States, trying to scam to the tune in the U.S. of about $10 billion a year. This is money taken from senior citizens who are depending on that money not to live out their lives on Social Security. And what are we doing about it? Don't tell me we don't have the technology to shut this stuff down. These pictures of beautiful women on the internet, the caption that said, seniors on Social Security are entitled to this exciting benefit. Click here. Wouldn't it be nice to see some of these people put in jail? The 2 guys who were calling us constantly about extending car warranties are finally in jail. There's many more out there waiting. Get off your butts and go get them, while hopefully more Americans will learn how to avoid this nonsense. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Don't miss out as division rivals the Philadelphia Phillies come to Truist Park April 24th through the 26th. The weekend begins with the Star Wars ticket package and theme night, where fans can interact with characters and enjoy an evening in a galaxy far, far away. Plus, fans who purchase the ticket package will receive a Matt Olson Mandalorian bobblehead. And then on Saturday, the Braves will celebrate Brian Snitker's legendary career with a pregame ceremony inducting him as the newest member of the Braves Hall of Fame.
And Acuna swings a mighty bat. That thing is way out of the ballpark.
The weekend wraps up with the mini Michael Harris II bobblehead giveaway for the first 3,000 kids through the gates on Sunday. April baseball concludes with the Detroit Tigers April 28th through the 30th. Fans can look forward to the Snoopy ticket package on April 28th, followed by the Chris Sale bobble card giveaway presented by Napa on April 29th. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets for the jam-packed week of fun. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love
is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
All right, hold on here. So, here we go. Dun-dun. And as I remember the story, and you guys know this more than I do, Pete especially, 1990, Paul McCartney played in front of 184,000 fans at Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, creating a new world record for the largest crowd attending a rock concert. 184,000, 1990, Paul McCartney. Now, didn't Paul McCartney write this song, Silly Love Songs, because somebody criticized him? Now, one of his bandmates, I think might have been John Lennon, said all he does is write silly love songs. So he wrote Silly Love Song, and it was a huge hit. So anyway, Paul McCartney. Our birthday list includes Elaine May. Elaine May is 94. If you have to be a certain age, you know, one of the comedy teams of all time was Mike Nichols and Elaine May. They were in lots of different movies many decades ago. They did what the hell you call spontaneous comedy? Improv comedy. They were a well-known comedy team, acting together for years and years and years. Elaine May's 94. Mike Nichols has passed away. But, again, if you're talking about comedy teams, Mike Nichols and Elaine May, Mike Nichols was married to Diane Sawyer. And I found this amazing when I Googled this, find out some more. Mike Nichols was married to Diane Sawyer for 26 years. And what I found fascinating about this is Diane Sawyer was Mike Nichols' fourth wife. Lucky number 4, 26 years.
Didn't he direct The Graduate? He did a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was a very, very, very famous guy and a comedian and a director, and yeah, absolutely. And I passed away, Mike Nichols. Anyway, and now this is going to take a second here, but I really like this kind of story, and I used to like this song too, and every time it's on, I'll listen to it on the radio. On this day in 1973, Tony Orlando and Dawn tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree tops the pop charts in America. The yellow ribbon is symbol for support for absent or missing loved ones. This song turned that into a cultural phenomenon. Some believe the tradition of the yellow ribbon goes back to the Civil War, when a woman would wear a yellow ribbon in her hair, which meant that she was taken by a man who was gone due to service in the cavalry. Folklorists have not found much evidence about that, and the Library of Congress actually says the tradition of tying a yellow ribbon around a tree is because of this Tony Orlando and Dawn song from 1973. It was a huge hit. Millions of plays on the radio. The songwriters got the idea from a story they'd heard while in the Army, and columnist Pete Hamill sued Levine and Brown for copyright infringement because he believed they took the idea from a column he wrote in 1971 about the same thing. Eventually, this guy, the columnist Pete Hamill, a very famous columnist in New York, he dropped his lawsuit when researchers uncovered multiple versions of the same tale dating back at least as the 1950s. Probably the story, one of these mysterious bits of folklore emerging from the national subconscious to be told anew in one form or another, an urban legend. Fast forward 1981, Library of Congress, press inquiries over the roots of it. The tradition all around the country, ribbons welcoming hostages home after 444 days in captivity in Iran. Also, John Wayne film, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. 1917, a song, Round Her Neck, She Wears a Yellow Ribbon for her lover who is fur away. Anyway, they can't find much evidence about tying it around a tree. But that song, sure, and every time I hear that song, I think about it, and I think about that guy. He's afraid she's not going to want him back, and he said, if you want me, tie a ribbon. If you don't, I'll just keep on the bus. And there's a million of them when he gets to her house.
My nephew just got back from Japan and says they play this in the airport when you're walking around.
Is that right?
In Tokyo.
I mean, it's a pretty song. It's really a lovely song. You know, I can't help it.
They overplayed it. Oh, my God. My memory of this song is Thursday afternoon, sitting in the car waiting for my sister to come out from piano lessons. I had mine, and she'd have hers over there on McAfee Road. And this song was constantly playing on the radio while I was sitting in the car waiting over and over and over.
It was huge. And again, I still have the same, I can see myself in that seat coming back from, whatever, prison or war or whatever. Anyway, tie a yellow ribbon. 426 already. Holy cow. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Kimmer Pete, Flounder. Pete's back. Feeling well. And again, when he bolts, he's got some stuff he has to do to, rehab type stuff. And so until then, we're good to go. The latest on the business with Iran, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know whether they're going to have the peace talks. Apparently, Vice President J.D. Vance is still in Washington. He hasn't flown to Pakistan. He's supposed to have been over there already or on the way, but they may not even meet. Iran may not show up. I don't know.
Apparently, there was an impromptu meeting at the White House with Trump, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, and
J.D. Vance stayed there. But again, he should have been on the way. So again, we obviously something's going on. And the other thing is we don't know who's talking to who because the Army supposedly is now taken over. But again, we don't know. I don't know what that means. And by the way, just for the record, I'm kind of surprised that if the Army, the IRGC generals have taken over any diplomatic business, I don't know why the Israelis have not already taken them out like they did all the others. Remember, the first Israeli raid killed like 80 of them. Killed the Ayatollah and 80 of his top followers, and then he did it again and got another couple of dozen or something. I don't know why the Israeli commandos and the secret spies and the killer teams and everything haven't taken out all the leaders of the Iranian army.
Okay, like I said, I haven't been following it too closely, but this is obvious. If you take the guns away from the people cannot overthrow a government that has all the guns.
Yeah. In fact, you may have been out when this happened. Donald Trump was asked about arming the people, and he said, well, we tried. We sent a whole bunch of weapons over there to the, I can't remember the other band of rebels, the Kurds. And the Kurds stole them. And so Trump says, well, that one, we're not going to do that again. So anyway, I don't know what to tell you, but the bottom line is. But again, I don't know why the Israelis haven't already targeted every one of those top leaders of the entire Iranian army and take them out. Blow up their homes. I don't understand. So I don't know whether there are going to be peace talks or not. I wish I had an answer, and I don't. Now, the other thing, again, I heard this morning. It was an incredible story, and again, shows how I need to be brought up to date, and it's happening, although I'm fighting it. This morning, I heard the Morning Boys talking about this slime bag of Chris Murphy from Connecticut, the senator who's as much of a traitor to his country as Denang Dick Blumenthal, the phony, fake warrior who lied about going to Vietnam, and then when he got caught, he settled down for a while, and then he lied about it again. Anyway, so the latest Connecticut Democrat senator traitor, Chris Murphy, is under fire after he was told that a whole bunch of ships made it through the Iranian Strait against the blockade, and when they asked him what he thought about that, he said, awesome. And the reaction was pretty severe. It takes an intense, insane level of Trump derangement syndrome to cheer for a terrorist regime that chants death to America. Murphy's an America Last radical left lunatic, stands for illegal aliens and Iranian terrorists over the American people. The only thing awesome will be when he's out of office. And by the way, for the record, Fox and Friends had reporters on today saying there's no evidence that it actually happened. There's no evidence that ships got through. No evidence whatsoever. It was, it was fake, more fake news. Now, here at cut number 3, Jeff. Here's Chris Murphy talking about, oh, you thought I was serious? Here you go.
Twitter's become kind of a cesspool. I probably should give up on sarcasm on Twitter. Obviously, anybody that's seen anything that I have said about Trump's war knows that I think it's bungled, mismanaged, and he should end it as quickly as possible. But sarcasm is not something, I guess, that's allowed on Twitter any longer.
Do you regret the post? Are you planning on taking it down? Or are you going to keep it up?
I mean, I guess I just have to be more careful about sarcasm on Twitter.
You dirty, rotten, stinking traitor, phony. First of all, the Democrats' talking point is now, oh, this war is unplanned. There's no ending in sight. They haven't done what they're doing. It's been totally mismanaged. Oh, my God. This is the most managed military event in the history of mankind. After we went in back last summer and bombed all their Iranian stuff underground, and now we took out their Navy, we took out their Air Force, we took out their... I mean, it's unbelievable. This is one of the greatest achievements militarily in the history of this nation or any nation. Nobody can match what we did. We found the missing pilot by sucking into the blood impulses into some AI computer system to find him in a cave. Oh my God! The technology of what the hell do we call it? I remember Lynn Russell's husband Chuck was telling us about that technology. How they found. I mean, nobody can touch America, and they say this is mismanaged. Doesn't know what he's doing. Oh my God! No end in sight.
This was or where was it here? This is his tweet 5 hours ago. Okay, Twitter, I can't believe I need to clarify this, but obviously Trump's bungled mismanagement of this war is not awesome. As I have said millions of times here, it's a disaster and we should end the war immediately.
Yeah.
My tweet was something called sarcasm.
Please, give me a break. You dirty, rotten liar. He wants Trump to fail. He wants Trump to fail. They all want Trump to fail. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Okay, first, do you think I'm wrong? Do you believe in your heart, as I do? I truly believe that the leaders of what's called today's Democrat Party want Donald Trump to fail. They want Iran to somehow overthrow our troops, to fight back somehow. They want China and Russia to get more involved than they apparently are, or may have been supplying more ships or supplies, whatever, for drones or whatever is going on. We don't know. But again, they want this to end badly for America. And they think they'll never lose office again. If they can show Donald Trump as, turn a disaster world affair into the worst thing ever happened in this country, they think they'll never lose another election. They want Trump to fail. Have you ever in your life known a time or read in the history books about when half the country wanted America to fail at a war? I mean, seriously.
In a war, not in a war, no.
I mean, again, they would want us to, Republicans to fail for political reasons on, border patrols. Of course, they want us to fail and stuff like that. But in a war? I mean,
and when it was a Democrat running Vietnam and Lyndon Johnson, and the Republicans were the opposition. I mean, I was a kid, but I don't remember the Republicans coming out and hoping the Viet Cong would win.
No, we wanted to set them. We wanted to fight, and then when the country was tearing itself apart, and said, well, at least we want to make sure there's some peace, and there was a change in government and everything else, and then at least it was worked out. There were peace talks, and fighting stopped, and there was an ending to it. But the Republicans didn't want America to fail. They didn't want us to lose and have all those.
Peace.
My God,
the Republicans were the peace party back then.
Yeah, that's right.
They brought peace.
Yeah, Henry Kissinger and Nixon, peace president. I mean, unbelievable. And again, they can't help it. They can't help it. Dirty, rotten liar. And Da Nang Dick Blumenthal again, phony Vietnam. And he served his country. He could have been proud just serving his country. But he had to go and pretend he was something else, which is totally offensive to the people who were something else. All right, fine. 4:33. Kevin Pete's. Pete's back from Flounders. How you doing? You all right there, Pete? You hanging in there? Another few minutes?
Yeah, one more segment.
All right, one more segment. Okay, we'll do a couple sports things real quick, and Your Honor. All right, 4:33. Look out. Here we go. We'll be back. Look out.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Bortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
Hey, how's that irrigation and sprinkler system looking in your backyard there? You contractors and builders, if you need help with somebody's landscaping, Stovall and Company. Yeah, it's true. Paul and the boys, Trip and Deb, and they've been doing this, a family business for, generations. 11 locations, latest one in Canton. And being a family business, if you say, listen, I need direct job site delivery, it's probably on the way. They really go above and beyond because, they're proud of what they do, and for very good reason. They're so successful. And they've got all the trees and shrubs and plants and sod and flowers, and it's unbelievable. And if you need something special, don't forget, they'll tell you where else to get it. What a company. StovallInc.com.
Quick question. Are your tires ready for spring rain? If your tread is worn, traction drops fast on wet roads, and stopping distance can increase when you need it most. Right now at Marietta Toyota, they can take care of you because it's the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Get the right tires for your Toyota, installed by factory-trained technicians with road hazard coverage included on eligible tires. Toyota Tire Price Match is available, plus top brands and additional rebates that may be available. Voted Best of Cobb, Best New Car Dealership, Best Dealership Service Center for 2026. You can trust the work. Offer ends April 30th. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Restrictions apply. Valid on participating brands. 4th tire of equal or lesser value. Offer ends April 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. Look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
No, but we got to stop. We got to change this whistle.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show.
Time update.
Let's check in with Pete on the
things
scoreboard.
change. Formats change.
Versus stories.
The morning show's got jingles now. Roll game with a ding, dot a ding. My God,
we gave you a break yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Of the 13 stories.
Well,
You have done 2.
I will say
Well, it's your fault. Pete Davis comes back on the air, and we talked about with you and about you, which is just fine, and we'll continue doing that as long as we can.
I have the same numbers here, Pete, but I will say that I gave him the Rick McCormick story in Iran, and those are the 2 you've kind of
right. Well,
covered
that's
over the
true.
past hour.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I
It's
asked
still
you
not a
for
good number. It's still not a good number.
Yeah, but I did ask you for him. So.
You had a tie-in. You had Charlie the tuna call.
That's true.
You could have tied that in with the tuna caught off North Carolina by the jet ski.
That's coming up. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. We got that. Plus, we got another weird story, too, about the jet ski. Hold on. And what the hell was the other one?
You get a lot of money for tuna.
We got the smoking ban in Britain. They're going to try to make sure that no kid born after 2009 will ever be able to smoke in Britain. No smoking ever. Your lifetime if you're born after 2000. I'm not making that up.
Lifetime
also,
ban.
Noah's Ark is in the news, and the Matador got what was coming to him with a bull. We'll get that. Hold on. First things first. Every Friday, Susan on the radio. Hello, every Friday, Susan. How you doing, Dal? Good to have you aboard. What's up?
So I'm just incensed with Murphy. I mean, could you imagine if a Republican in Congress made a so-called sarcastic remark about the withdrawal in Afghanistan and the service members that were blown up? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
They would be forced to resign, step down. They would be expelled. I don't even know what you call it. This man now, we know he wasn't being sarcastic. He was actually rooting for Iran because he has TDS. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt if he was sarcastic. Is it proper for a sitting United States senator to be sarcastic quotes about something as serious about the Iran war? I mean, you want to be sarcastic? Make fun of his comb over. Make fun of the fact that his skin is tinted orange. You don't make fun about what's going on in Iran. And there's no pushback on that. And he just got back from another country where he bashed us.
Yeah.
On a foreign soil, talking about how we're burning down democracy. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And where are all the Republicans? He should be forced to resign today.
Yeah, I know.
Today. Or there should be some. We have the majority. At least call a committee hearing and see about doing some sort of, I don't know, censorship, something.
Yeah. You know, the problem, Susan, is that with the United States Senate, there are too many cowards in the Senate. There are too many people who, are just willing to, are afraid. They're just afraid to put themselves on the line to really tell us what they think about this country and what should be doing in this country. And there are too many cowards in the Senate to do anything about it. And I agree with you totally. I think this is despicable and horrible, and it's as bad as it can get in a time when people are putting their lives on the line to save their country and save freedom and nuclear war.
Yep.
Horrible.
Well, anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
His voice sounds so much stronger this week, just so you know.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Susan. And hi to Kelly. And I really appreciate you calling. That's why. Thanks. That's a great lady right there. I'll tell you what. Very impressive young woman. Sharp as a tack. Very strongly opinionated, but with facts. I mean, it's not like she just, some guy at a barbershop bullcrapping. I mean, this is
I would not want to debate her.
No, thank you. 442. Let's see. We have I'll do a little birthday thing here for you. Why don't I do a thing on a birthday here? Oh, I know what we'll do. Pete Davis will do a little couple sports things, and I'll do a sports birthday. First of all, have you seen the latest? I'm going to get the story up here now. Have you seen? Oh, where'd it go? Ah! Oh, don't do that to me. Oh, you dirty rotten.
Congrats to the Hawks for going to New York City and sticking to and coming 14 points down. Those New Yorkers thought they had it in the bag, and the Hawks came back and crushed them. That was great.
In fact, I've got the story. If I could give me 1 second.
Now, they may lose the series, but they beat them last night.
Yeah, it was like a 1-point thing. And by the way, at the game, there was a story now about the stars. Ben Stiller and his wife, Christine Taylor, who, by the way, I had such a crush on her. She was in that Dodgeball, I think, movie. Ben Stiller, Christine Taylor, Timothy Chalamet, Spike Lee was at his usual seat, Jimmy Fallon, Ray Romano, some rappers, Sweeney Lee, the Olympic gold medalist. Let's see. Patrick Ewing was there. Marcus, Larry Johnson, Latrell Sprewell were under the roof. Clyde Frazier was there. Ex-Nick Stefan Marbury. I mean, they had the stars showing up, and thank goodness that the Knicks did their regular thing, because now the Hawks are alive. I mean, you got to give them credit. I mean, I think it's pretty exciting. Now, Pete,
it's great to go up there and do that. Yeah.
Have you been following it all? Were you able to follow the Mike Vrabel business with that chickie?
Okay, at first I'm thinking, all right, then maybe they held hands or hugged. That's not a lot of proof. But the fact that they either fired her from the Athletic or she had to resign says right there all you need to know.
Yeah. Well, now Mike Vrabel has theoretically broken his silence on the business with Diana Rossini, that hot chick for the Atlantic who had to quit because people were talking about the video and the pictures that were taken of them at a resort where Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the Boston Patriots, New England Patriots, New England Patriots, and this girl was a reporter, and the video shows them very clearly in bathing suits together in a hot tub, lounging together, and the thing that got me is they were shown hugging, they were caught hugging, basically, and the other thing that got me is that business with the fingertips. You can't tell me that when a guy and a girl, did you see them linking the fingers? The famous picture to me that got them was linking, they're together, I'm here and she's there, and we're linking fingers, holding each other's fingers together.
Oh, boy. Well, you know who supposedly did this? Her husband hired a PI, a private dick, to follow her.
Well, she has been caught before. She was fooling around before, and that's why it happened. Now, Mike Vrabel has said he's answered the charges here, or answered the issue in a way. He said he didn't actually admit or deny anything. He said, they asked him about what happened with the girl. He said, I've had difficult conversations with people I care about, with my family. Difficult conversations with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. They have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on the field, we have to make good decisions. That includes me, starts with me. I never want actions to negatively affect the team, be a distraction. They were at Sedona, Arizona private resort, and somebody sold the photos to the New York Post, like the PI. Let's see, they were in sunbathing by a pool, in a hot tub, on the roof of a bungalow, holding hands, embracing, hugging. And the NFL has no intention of starting an investigation into the matter. They both released statements saying there was no wrongdoing. There was wrongdoing. You can't do that. You're married, and she's married. I guess... Well, hot women, certain workplaces, all of a sudden,
she's cute.
Yeah, you don't measure.
Cute. I don't know about hot. When it comes to, maybe female reporter, she's cute.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's not my. Yeah, she's a girl, and she's there and willing.
She's been in trouble before.
Yeah, that's right.
Her reporting.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, I don't know anything about her character. All I know is that it's not right. It's not proper. And I'm an old-fashioned fart.
You know some about her character because she did this.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm old-fashioned enough to say it's wrong. It'll never be right. And I didn't allow it. And so and I don't play.
If you want to be with someone else, break up with the person you're with first.
Yeah. Pete, I know you got to go. Listen, I'm great to be here tomorrow. Whenever you can, as long as you can, and you let us know. And
same bat time.
Same bat channel.
There you go. Pete Davis right here, alive and well and getting better every day. 448, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Jeff on the board on 106.3. All right, rest up. Have a good rehab. Look out.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection, and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Right now, new car prices are out of control. Yes, it's more affordable to buy a used vehicle, but can you really trust what you're getting? That's why I use VIX Auto Care. VIX can perform a pre-purchase inspection of the vehicle I'm thinking about. They'll check it out from top to bottom, so I know if there are any potential problems. VIX helps me make the right decision. So before you buy, give VIX a try. VIX Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them at VIXAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
It's tax refund season here in Georgia, and a lot of folks are deciding how to spend it. Let me suggest something practical, something you use every day, your air conditioning system. With an earlier and warmer projected spring, your air conditioner is about to start working real hard. If your system is older and inefficient, this might be a smart time to upgrade to a high-efficiency Carrier system to save on your utilities. When you combine proven Carrier technology with an experienced team like at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, you're investing in long-term comfort and efficiency. Right now, you can save up to $1,700 in rebates, plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making a new system more affordable than you might think. Before that refund disappears on something temporary, invest in comfort that lasts for years. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering Carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
A simple act of generosity changed everything. A journey from alone and abandoned to one of the most successful businessmen in Georgia history. Here's Rick Jackson.
I spent Christmas Eve alone in a children's home. When I woke up, a Good Samaritan had left me $100.
Rick Jackson knows what it's like to go without. That's why he'll fight career politicians who talk about cutting income taxes and property taxes, but never deliver.
Unlike career politicians, I know how some extra money can change everything. That's why I'll freeze your property taxes and slash the income tax in half.
Conservative businessman Rick Jackson will deliver the Georgia results that failed career politicians never will.
I'll get you a boatload of your money back, or I won't run again. It's as simple as that.
The conservative outsider who will deliver real tax relief. Rick Jackson for governor. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
A little clash action for you here right now. The Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Pete's getting his rehab here in a second, so he'll be joining us again tomorrow as often as he can, as long as he can, as he recuperates from major heart surgery. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and Jeff on the board. It's 4:53. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. 1982, Clash frontman Joe Strummer disappeared for 3 weeks. 1982, disappeared. It resulted in the group Clash canceling their tour. Joe Strummer was found what's called living rough in Paris, France. which means he just kind of took off, living on the land, I guess. I don't know.
It'd be nice if you could just disappear for 3 months and not have to worry about anything.
Trust me. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Robert Smith from The Cure. Friday, I'm in love for The Cure. He's 67. Robert Smith years old today there. And on this day in history, 1865, a train carrying the coffin of assassinated President Abraham Lincoln leaves Washington, D.C. on its way to Springfield, Illinois, to be buried May 4th. The train carrying Lincoln's body traveled through 180 cities and 7 states on its way. Stops for the special funeral train were published in newspapers. At every stop, Lincoln's coffin was taken off the train, placed on an elaborately decorated horse-drawn hearse, and led by horse-drawn carriage on solemn processions to a public building for the viewing. In cities as large as Columbus, Ohio, and as small as Herkimer, New York, thousands of mourners flocked to pay tribute to the slain president. In Philadelphia, the body lay in state on an east wing of Independence Hall, the same site where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Newspapers reported that people had to wait more than 5 hours just to pass by the president's coffin. The train was dubbed the Lincoln Special, and Lincoln's portrait was fastened to the front of the engine above the cattle guard. 300 people accompanied Lincoln's body on the journey of 1,654 miles, including his eldest son, Robert. Also on the train was a coffin containing the body of Lincoln's son, Willie, who had died in 1862 at the age of 11 from typhoid fever during Lincoln's second year in office. Willie's body had been disinterred from a plot in Washington, D.C. after Lincoln's death, so he could be buried alongside his father at the family plot in Springfield. And incidentally, in a tragedy of a sort, in 1911, a prairie fire near Minneapolis, Minnesota, destroyed the train car that had so famously carried Lincoln's body to its final resting place. Destroyed by fire. What just a too bad. 4:57 already. Kimmer Pete's back and Flounder. Donald Trump and Jeff on the board. Donald, and you got your cookie? How was it good? Good cook today? You like the cookie?
Yeah, it's great.
The Kimmer's cold cookie? Yeah. Cheer down, Jeff, I guess.
Everybody's a fan of your cookies. The problem is there's people here becoming pre-diabetic.
Yeah, I know. And me too. And they're just. And by the way, how was the meatloaf? I gave you meatloaf the other day. It was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was very good. I had that crispy on the top.
I like it crispy. I try to time that because I like the stuff, and I add a little extra here and there. Anyway, Donald Trump has changed a couple things here. He has now extended the ceasefire. That was one of the questions. What would happen if the ceasefire passes and it's still going on down there? Well, Donald Trump says the blockade of Iranian ports will continue and the ceasefire with Iran will be extended. Quote, based on the fact the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif of Pakistan, we have been, at their request, we have been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. That was Donald Trump's statement on Truth Social. He said, I have therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain steady and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other. Well, he said, we'll see. Here we go. And maybe that'll bring him to the table. 4:58. How about Flounders Funny? Here, go, Joe. One more Flounders Funny here for you, sir.
I mean, they're even trying to separate us by the way we eat our food. Did you know that? I read this article and it says there's 3 types of people. You know who you are about how you eat your food. It said the first type of person is someone who likes their food to touch. I love my food to touch. Anybody here like your food to touch? Yes? Okay, that means you're type A, kind of an entrepreneur, risk taker. You like to go out there and make it happen. You're a visionary. You just go for it. Let's do it, you know? Let's make it happen. Second type of person is sometimes you like your food to touch. Anybody here sometimes you like your food? Okay, a lot of people. That means you're type B, managerial. It means that you're very organized, very important. You love a task list, right? And very dependable, very reliable. If something needs to get done, you're the ones we call. The third type of person is you never like your food to touch at all. Anybody here, you never like your food to touch at all whatsoever? Yeah. That means you're a racist.
Mr. Tim Hawkins.
No
right
black-eyed peas for you people. It's coming up on 5 o'clock. Holy crap. We'll do a little sports. We got stuff. Latest on the news, including that guy who pushed that reporter girl to the ground is now crying, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. Give me a break. 5 o'clock, 106.3. The only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. The FOM of Atlanta. Look out. Here we go.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
This is a Fox News alert. A ceasefire extended. I'm Lisa Brady. President Trump just announcing he is extending a ceasefire with Iran at the request of mediator Pakistan.
The ceasefire has been extended apparently indefinitely while the blockade stays in place.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. Iran has been demanding the U.S. end a blockade of Iranian ports.
What we don't know is whether the negotiating team from the U.S. side, that includes the Vice President, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, is in fact going to head to the Middle East. There have been several reports that travel is on hold potentially indefinitely, but also that it could resume at any time.
Iran's foreign minister posting earlier that blocking ports is an act of war and a ceasefire violation. But President Trump just posting, we've been asked to hold our attack on Iran until their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal, adding he's directing the U.S. military to continue the blockade and remain ready and able until their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other. The conflict with Iran coming up during a House budget hearing with Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was also grilled by Democrats on a number of other issues. Fox's Mike Emanuel in Washington.
One clash happened when Massachusetts Democrat Congressman Lori Trahan went after Secretary Kennedy about a drop in Obamacare enrollment. Kennedy told lawmakers under his leadership, HHS has tightened up Medicare reimbursements, which he says were wasteful in the previous administration. There were also questions about Kennedy's interactions regarding the president's nomination of Dr. Erica Schwartz to lead the Centers for Disease Control, with some Democrats suggesting he might have been cut out of the process.
Kennedy telling lawmakers he vetted the nominee's views on vaccines, but that a staff member spoke to the president. Florida Democrat Sheila Sherfilis McCormick resigns from the House just ahead of a punishment vote for ethics violations. She's been indicted in Florida and denies stealing federal relief funds. America's listening to Fox.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today. That's intouch.org. Thanks.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, he's back. He's doing some rehab right now, but he was here for a couple hours of the show today, which is great news. And he'll be back tomorrow as long as he can handle it. And he's got rehab stuff doing, but he's doing much, much better. Jeff's on the board. Flounders right here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A lot of newsy stuff going on. We got a whole bunch more coming up here, including the business about that girl reporter was shoved to the ground in Minnesota, and now everything's up bass-ackwards up there. And we'll get to all this stuff, too. We'll do some tweets. We got Flounders Funny. We've got your phone calls at 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we'll do a little Holy Crap at Sports in Pete's honor a little bit later on here today. And, in fact, let's... we talk about Donald Trump as extending the ceasefire. And I know the Democrats are going to say, here we go again. Donald Trump chickens out of everything. Or what the hell's their phrase? Taco, Trump again. Trump always chickens out. That's the taco. Trump always chicken. That's what they say. He's extended the ceasefire. Here's the thing. If he had not extended the ceasefire, gee, I don't know, Flounder, what do you think? Maybe the Democrats would have said, oh, the dirty warmonger, Trey, he doesn't try not to get peace after all. He's just, he can't lose no matter what.
Yeah. If he does one thing, they're going to say the other. If he does the other thing, they're going to say the other. I mean, he can't win when it comes to Democrats.
He's extended the ceasefire until, I'll be the exact quote here. I've directed our military to continue the blockade and in other respects remain ready and able and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other. Well, that's pretty open-ended.
I think Trump is being a little patient at the moment, but when this keeps on going, he's going to bomb the.
Well, in fact, he said, I expect to be bombing. It's a better attitude to go in. I'll expect to be bombing. I think it's a better attitude. We're ready to go. Military's raring to go. Absolutely incredible. He said this regime, incredible people in Iran, but a wonderful nation. But again, they're led by bloodthirsty killers, very tough people. Anyway, so here we go. But again, the blockade continues, but the ceasefire also continues, which is interesting.
We got Martin on the horn.
Hey, Martin, you're on the radio, man. How you doing? What do you think?
Great, Kim. The Iran mess. You don't know what to believe on the news at this point.
Yeah.
But so I try not to believe. I'm a non-believer.
There you go.
So. I was so excited to hear about Michael Jackson, the new movie, Michael.
Oh, I read something. Go ahead.
You got to hear. A buddy of mine, he was talking about Michael was accused of diddling little boys.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. I mean, just because he settled out of court for $26 million with that family, it doesn't mean he did anything to the kid. I mean, think about it. $26 million, no big deal, right?
Well, he admitted he used to sleep with them in his bed, but it was innocent, he said. So,
and then God, let's go back to Epstein. He was doing it with the adults.
Well, and again, Michael J. I don't know what to think. I mean, I think there were problems. I don't know if he was a rapist, sodomist guy, but I think he probably, I don't know. I think he probably liked being with young kids. And then I remember him complaining at some point, said, well, he never had a childhood. What do you mean he never had a childhood? His whole life was a childhood. Just the opposite. He never grew up.
So. We can credit him with being probably one of the best production
showman
parties and showman and musician. Yeah. I mean, he did really well until he started grabbing his thing all the time. But what was he? Is he afraid it was going to fall off? But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. What was that about? But anyhow, he was really, strictly speaking, an exceptional musician.
Yeah.
But it does not discount. Why did he pay the $26 million if he wasn't guilty?
I know. Wait, does the movie have anything to make a case one way or the other or anything? Has anybody seen it? I didn't even know if it's out yet.
I've read a tiny little blurb. His daughter, and I cannot remember her name. It was the daughter that was Elvis's.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But she was not real happy with it, and she doesn't like the fact that, it's what his dad did. She's not happy about it.
Yeah. Well, not surprising. I mean, if you're going to do a Michael Jackson movie, you got to talk about him when they're molesting kids and having the monkeys and the giraffes in his house or whatever. I don't know. What a story.
Speaking of, did you read the news about the Syrians and what have you? And was it Europe? I think.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it was. Let's see, goats, ponies, all sorts of activities, and good people. We should try and.
This is where now? Where are you talking about?
In Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe. They had Afghan and Syrians, I think, doing farm animals.
Oh my! Oh boy!
Yeah, caught. Anyhow, it was really bad. It was pretty disgusting.
I didn't get that website. Flounder, you got that website? We don't have that website.
Not familiar with that one.
No, it was on European something.
I know. I'm only teasing. Yeah, that's in fact, it's a good. Well, in fact, hold on a minute. Listen to this. Of course, we know Europe, when they started letting their immigrants in, remember the stories from a couple of years ago on New Year's Eve? Apparently, if you're from some, sub-desert countries, you're allowed to rape people on New Year's Eve or something. Remember all the problems that were happening in Europe about all the immigrants who came in and took over everything? And I'm not surprised at, bizarre behavior. Europe's going to hell.
When you have the unelected, self-anointed, self-appointed, self-ingratiated, and suddenly exceptionally wealthy Ursula von Leyen, you're going to have some problems.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Did I pronounce the name right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's got the wrong guy. I can barely remember anything.
Von Leyen.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
thanks, Martin. Have a great day, man. 510 Martin here on the radio with us. And speaking of Britain, this is a true story. The British Commons and Lords have settled a final draft of a landmark piece of legislation which will stop anybody born after the first of the year in 2009, anybody born in 2009 or later will not be able to smoke. It will be illegal for them to buy or have smoking utensils, tobacco, vaping, nicotine. If you're born after 2009, so that means 9 to 29, it's 20, so it's like 17 years old now or whatever. 18, it's 29 to 06. Over that, if you're born after 2009, you are not allowed to smoke in Britain. Vaping will be banned in cars with children, banned in playgrounds, outside schools, hospitals. Vaping would be allowed outside hospitals in a bid to support those trying to quit. You can still smoke in your house, but that's about it. They want a smoke-free generation in Britain. They'll hold the tobacco industry to account. And they're saying if children are age 17 or younger, right now, as of today, in Britain, if you're 17 or younger, you will never, ever be allowed to buy cigarettes or tobacco. So if 17 or under right now today, you just got told, if you're 17, you wanted to start smoking, I'm sorry, it's illegal for the rest of your life.
And what happens if they do?
I doesn't say. I assume there'd be some kind of
prison.
Well, they can't throw them in prison. I mean, but
in the UK they probably will.
Well, yeah. I mean, hell, they'll come to your house if you say something they don't like on social media. Anyway, again, a 17-year-old or younger, lifetime ban on smoking. I wish I could smoke. If there was some way to smoke where it wasn't offensive to everybody else, and you could smoke in your work job or something or whatever, I would definitely start smoking again. My luckies, only luckies though. I just missed my lucky strikes. Oh my God, 5:13 already. Holy cow! We'll come up talk about that girl reporter got shoved down, and now the Minnesota guy who did it says, "Oh no, we're peaceful, and now we don't even know when we live in America anymore." Oh, poor baby. Coming up, 13 minutes after 5. Kimmer Peach back, Flounder and Jeff on 106.3 right here. Look out.
Extra 1063 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 1063 FM and the Extra app.
I was just throwing out some old records of stuff I didn't need anymore, and reminded me about reminding you that if you want to keep your stuff safe and sound, including medical records and a living will or papers, divorce, and things like that, Atlanta Safe House has the answer for you. Atlanta Safe House. And this is a company, by the way, you can really trust them because they believe as much as taking care of your rights as well as taking care of your stuff. Nobody's getting your master reset code. They have only like off-duty police, firefighters, and military to deliver your safe to your house or office or wherever you want it because you can trust them. And they got like 500 of them up there too. Their new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And to celebrate, they got sales. They got rebates. They got specials. It's especially safes like Browning, and that was my first gun safe. Fort Knox, all the top specials, and that's why they always got something special to offer. Pistol safes, gun safes, rifle safes, bows and arrows, jewelry, documents. I mean, they can build you a vault door like a banker spinning that wheel. And there's always something going on to make sure you're going to be happy protecting your gear. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff, an incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement. And more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork. And you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Is your phone really more important than someone's life? When you take your eyes off the road, you're not just putting your life in danger. In fact, 2 out of 3 people killed in distracted driving crashes in Georgia were not the distracted driver. It could have been a family, a college student, a little girl. So when you're tempted to scroll, don't pick up. Think heads up. You never know whose life you could save.
Sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Yeah, here we go. A little sports coming up. This was the day in 1993. Walker, Texas Ranger premiered on CBS starring Chuck Norris. Ran for 8 seasons. A new version in 2021 called Walker with Jared Padalecki or something from Supernatural. Don't know about that. Anyway, we'll do a little sports for you. First to the phones, taking priority. Cameron, you on the radio, man. How's it going? Welcome aboard. What's up?
Hey, how embarrassing is this watching Trump get shoved around by a bunch of religious fanatics in Iran?
Where did he get shoved around? Oh, it's Cameron today? Where did he get shoved around exactly?
Oh, I'm going to extend the deadline. Oh, the straits are open. Oh, the straits are closed. Oh, we already won this war. Oh, I'll accept.
What are you doing? Oh, my God.
Unconditional surrender. Unconditional surrender. Anyone can see it except clueless sycophants like you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Clueless sycophant. I don't even know what that means.
This guy's a raging pussy who uses a fake name every day to come onto a show that he hates. What does that say about him?
I mean, if he had an issue with actually what's happening, that's one thing. But to say, well, he's lost because it's not over. I don't understand. It's been, 5-6 weeks? I mean, my God, man. And again, we just said, if the people complain that if Donald Trump extends the deadline, they're going to say, well, he chickened out again. And it's unbelievable. I mean, it's such great. And if he had started bombing people, he'd have been on saying the same thing as a warmonger.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so go screw yourself. Kiss my ass. And by the way, coming down there and call me names in person. How about that? The Battery, 4th floor. I mean, seriously. These little, just phonies. If they were just legit about it.
By definition of phony.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's move on.
All right, let's do a little sports thing, a couple of sports things here. Let's see, Braves again tonight. Now, and Braves are, again, I don't know if they're back on TV ever again. I mean, I hope they come back on TV so I can watch them. But 680 The Fan is a place to listen to the Braves action, so at least, that's good for you can hear the game. And Ben and Joe and those guys are terrific, so that's good. But again, I think are they still in Philadelphia?
No, they're in Washington.
Oh, that's right, Washington.
Playing the Nationals.
That's right. What do I know? Anyway, and we'll do a little baseball thing here. The Mets, holy cow, are they in trouble? The Mets have dropped, I guess, 10 straight after the commie mayor, Mamdani, made the mistake of hugging the mascot, Mr. Met, during a photo op at Citi Field. And now the fans are going crazy. They're starting to sing "Meet the Mess" as opposed to "Meet the Mets" for the team. Their record is 7-15. They have a $381 million payroll, an 11-game losing streak, including 10 straight since Mamdani the commie embraced Mr. and Mrs. Met. Quote, he gave them bad juju. Bad juju. That was bad juju. That was no good. One Mets fan. When he hugged them, I was like, what's going on? Nobody touches Mr. Met, only Mrs. Met. That's it. Including a guy who voted for him. He said his visit had stated purpose of cheering on stadium workers, but they were jeering after the team's skid left him in last place in the National League East. The Mamdani Mets. He put a curse on him, as bad as the infamous curse of the Bambino. And had bad luck when they sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees from the Red Sox. The Red Sox didn't win a World Series for 86 years. Anyway, they're going crazy, practicing Mamdani socialism. Oh, in fact, one of the Babylon Bee tweets that came out was apparently Mamdani is now saying, in order to be fair, we want other teams to give some of your runs to the Mets as part of our socialist training here, which I thought was pretty amusing. Dave Portnoy says, you know what? I don't like Mamdani, so yes, I do. And that guy says, faulting the mayor might have been him truthfully. Guy works at Citi Field. Why do they keep losing? Because it's the Mets. Anyway. That's got to be a bad sign. Let's see. A couple of sports birthdays. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, WWF superstar of the 80s. I've never heard of him. His wrestling career was cut short by a freak accident where an out-of-control parasailer crashed at full speed with her knees into his face. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Now, WWF, is that the fake? That's the fake stuff, right? That's
yes.
the choreography.
Yeah.
Now, and again, those men are and women are athletes. They are very good athletes. They're also actors, and they're acting out a play, which is why I stopped caring about, fake wrestling, when I was 11 or whatever, because we used to watch it every Saturday like crazy. Let's see, another sports birthday. Tony Romo, retired Dallas quarterback, doing TV stuff and getting a lot of criticism for it. Tony Romo's 46 years old today. On this day in 1898, Bill Duggleby of the Philadelphia Phillies hit a grand slam in 1898 in his first major league at-bat. First at-bat grand slam. One of 4 players to do it. The other 3 were Jeremy Hermida of the Florida Marlins, Kevin Kuzmanoff of the Cleveland Indians, and Daniel Nava of the Boston Red Sox. Hermida did it in August of 2005. Kuzmanoff did it in September 2006. And Daniel Nava did it in June 2010. That's amazing. All in the decade of 2000, you would have thought that in the history of baseball that there would have been one other guy would have hit a grand slam in his first time up after all those years. Huh. Isn't that, of course, I don't know. Nature of the game, I guess. And that's enough to find her. Okay. Now, a couple other news, back in the newsy thing here. The Minnesota guy, remember the story? In Minneapolis, the young lady reporter named Savannah Hernandez was interviewing people, and they attacked her at an anti-ICE protest in Minneapolis. The ICE pirate Somalians of the North. Minnesota father Chris Ostrosko was accused of assaulting the conservative lady reporter at the ICE protest. He says now he's been overwhelmed by nonstop backlash against his family. A little overwhelming, makes me I love this part. It makes me second guess even living in this country, to be honest with you, with what's going on. I've never had this happen in my life. That's because you maybe haven't acted like this much of a scumbag before. And if you don't think you belong in this country, you're right. This guy, Ostroshko, told the outlet that his family, neighbors, and extended family have been inundated with hundreds of phone calls a day, text messages, social media messages. His wife and daughter were seen on camera fighting with Savannah Hernandez outside the Minnesota Federal Building earlier this month. Hernandez was covering the protest called F Ice Day, and demonstrators surrounded her. They were screaming at her, horns in her face and in her ears and all over her. And Chris and Paige, the people of this family, attacked her. It shows this guy, Chris, the father, coming up from behind her and shoving her to the ground like a punk bully. He said he was, and then he claims in an interview he was defending his wife and daughter because she was the aggressor. The reporter was the aggressor. Did you see any video of this reporter shoving people around? I don't think so. And he said, I'm not violent. We're not violent people. We tend to shy away from violence. We've been doxxed. We've been smeared. The viral video lost our jobs. Paige suffered neck injuries from the police. They started a GoFundMe and raised $300. Yeah, good. That's about what you deserve. Had to get medical treatment. The woman did. The reporter did. And J.D. Vance confirmed the FBI is opening an investigation into it. How about a hate crime? How about that? Against freedom of the press at a Hate America rally. They're recommending charges against the whole freaking family of these people. And now he doesn't know whether he should even stay in this country. No, you should not. You don't deserve to be in this country. Shoving a woman reporter, trying to, after screaming and attacking her. And I guarantee you, if I'd been covering a protest, and they came up with those whistles and horns in my ear, I wouldn't have been able to control myself. I know I wouldn't. I don't know anybody who would. And the little girl reporter was saying, I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to leave. Leave me alone. Stop it. Was one after another. Anyway. So we got that going.
You need a ladder?
Is that, what's Mike doing? Something going on one of the vents?
That or probably checking a light bulb.
We're here in the battery and in our bullpen. And Mike, the crackhead engineer, head engineer has brought a giant ladder and he's trying to scope it up to
looks like that's a
to
light
get for
bulb,
the air vent.
Air vent or the light bulb?
See, I hope he's okay. It's like a 20-foot ladder. Anyway. All right. Kevin Pete's back in Flounder. Pete's off right now because he's getting some rehab at this very hour. And we'll do it. I've got some more news. You think we'll do another Flounders funny? And various stuff and your phone calls and happiness galore. And again, by the way, this is typical. What's going on in America? It's not just guys like that shoving reporters to the ground. Did you ever have to beat up a woman?
Never.
I've had to fight two of them.
Off? Like kind of just...
One I fought, and the other one I fought off. The one I fought off was in Chicago, and I was wearing as a reporter, a TV reporter, and I was on the job, and I was wearing a very expensive camel hair top coat. And this woman started coming up and throwing stuff at me and spitting at me in my thing and getting really violent, like coming at me. And so I lifted her up and put her into one of those big, giant metal trash barrels. They have
right where she belonged?
Right where she belonged. And the other one pulled a knife on me, but that was a whole different story. And that didn't come out the same. Anyway, but here's what's going on in this country. Donald Trump has decided, I guess for the first time ever, to go to a White House Correspondents' Dinner as president. He went in 2011, and Barack Obama was president and mercilessly roasted Donald Trump about a phony birth certificate, stuff like that. So Donald Trump said, I'm never going to these things, all these fake news people. I'm just not going to go. I boycotted the event, and I don't. Well, now he's going back.
I think also, if you remember that dinner, that's one of the also motivated Trump to run.
Yeah, exactly. And Donald Trump now is going to the dinner. It's this Saturday, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But here's the deal. There has been a memo going around started by Dan Rather and Sam Donaldson, apparently. And the letter says they want over 250 journalists, members of the Beltway press, to forcefully demonstrate opposition to Donald Trump at the dinner.
Again, it's just more TDS that they can't control.
The group of reporters is demanding the White House Correspondents Association ensure that Donald Trump does not feel welcome. Okay, there's a White House Correspondents Association. They normally are the ones who assign seating arrangements in the press room, stuff like that. But 250 reporters have told the White House Association of Correspondents they want Donald Trump to suffer, to not feel welcome, taking stronger action, defense, and they say we want to defend freedom of the press and condemn those who threaten freedom of the press. That's you guys for 4 years, 8 years, 10 years. That's you dirty, rotten liars. You covered for Biden all that time. You lied about the Afghan withdrawal, calling it a tremendous best success ever of getting out of a war. You freaking reporter, dirty, rotten, lying traitors. You're traitors. And they're claiming they want to condemn Donald Trump for condemning freedom of the press, not allowing freedom of the press. You rotten phonies. They say, well, Donald Trump favors conservative media. Oh, you dirty, rotten. 90% of the media is exactly the opposite. Trust in the media is now like 20%. And they're complaining that Donald Trump is a problem for freedom of the press. They want to wear lapel pins and pocket handkerchiefs with the words of the First Amendment as a protest. Oh, please. You can all go to hell. 5:32. It's only Tuesday. We got so much coming up here. Here we go. Stand by.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
It's Front Office Lows for Howard Brothers and Toro. Is your lawn starting to get ahead of you? Take it back with the power and precision of a Toro mower. From small yards to wide open properties, Toro delivers the clean, professional cut that makes your lawn stand out fast. Ready to upgrade your mowing game? Find your Toro mower today at Howard Brothers, your local source for quality equipment and expert advice. Toro and Howard Brothers, the power to cut it right and the people to back it up.
When Atlanta drivers want strength, capability, and comfort in one place, they head to Jim Ellis Buick GMC.
That's because Buick and GMC deliver everything from refined luxury to serious professional-grade performance, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC makes the buying experience quick, easy, and transparent.
Whether you're looking for a rugged GMC Sierra, a versatile Acadia, or a refined Buick Enclave, you'll find a huge selection in stock right now.
And just like every Jim Ellis dealership, you can shop your way. Start online, value your trade, schedule a test drive, even handle paperwork from home.
Or stop by and experience the no-pressure, straightforward approach Jim Ellis is known for.
Find your new Buick GMC at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person for a VIP shopping experience designed around your needs.
2 convenient locations to serve you. In Chamblee on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter, or up Highway 20 in Buford near the Mall of Georgia.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
When I first started using a CPAP, getting supplies and equipment was a horrible hassle. It pretty much stayed that way until I discovered CPAPs, etc.com. Same-day shipping on anything you might need, including travel CPAPs, hoses, masks, you name it. Same-day shipping. CPAPsETC.com or visit their store in Alpharetta. So easy, and you could be preserving your health and saving your life.
It happens quietly. There's no warning label, no recall note, no breaking news alert. Dog food recalls, they happen more than you think. Vitamin D levels toxic enough to cause kidney failure. Salmonella, all these things. Most owners never find out about it until it's too late. Right now, today, you could be feeding your dog something already flagged and you have no idea. You can't control what's already in the bag, but you can control what you add to it, and that's where Rough Greens comes in. It's America's #1 dog supplement packed with live probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and over 20 vitamins and minerals. All natural, made in the U.S., just sprinkle it on top of whatever you're already feeding them. Thousands of dogs are feeling younger, more energetic, and healthier than they have in years, and your dog could be one of them. So get a free Jumpstart trial bag today. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use the discount code BECK. That's RUFFgreens.com, discount code BECK. Rough Greens. It makes any dog food better.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at Extra1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
It's the Stones. Got in trouble a little bit here. 1976 on this day. Women Against Violence Against Women. Name of the group, Women Against Violence Against Women, called for a boycott of all Warner Communications albums because of the promotional campaign for the Rolling Stones' new album, Black and Blue. The album was being promoted with a controversial advertising campaign that depicted the model Anita Russell bruised and bound under the phrase, "I'm black and blue" from the Rolling Stones, and I love it. Okay, I can see that would be a little kinky. It's the Stones, for crying out loud. All right, hold on. Phone calls take priority. The Timmer's on the radio. Hey, man, how's it going? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, buddy. What's going on with you? What's up?
Yeah, it's so good to have Pete back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He'll be back again tomorrow, too, as long as he can. Outstanding. Yes, sir.
So let me first give you an incredible compliment. Your HCIS, holy crap, it's sports. It's incredible.
Well, yeah, it's unbelievable, in fact.
On the edge of my seat. You know, I want to go watch polo.
Very funny.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Since Pete is limited in his time right now, move it to 4:15. HCIS.
Again, we have thought of that. The only problem is I don't want to put much pressure on Pete to come up with all the. I don't want him, spending 5 hours putting together a sports cast.
Pete will be back to normal in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we're just.
But again, that's a good. In fact, we'll talk with him when we do it tomorrow. In fact, I'll text him again later. But we'll talk to him again.
Even if he. Yeah, even if he does like one or two little stories.
Yeah, I agree.
He has a style to him.
Yes, he does. And he could also just talk about, reactions to a game he saw I was watching. So I totally agree.
Exactly.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, brother.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, thank you. Thank you, Timmer. There you go. Constructive criticism and a good idea. And again, like we kind of did today, talk sports stuff. So anyway, it's all working out. Everything's going to be fine. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We have kind of a musical birthday thing here for you today. And I'm getting a kick out of this because I remember, Flounder, you may remember, some time ago, we were talking about Brooke Shields. By the way, is it Brooke Shield or Brooke Shields? I've heard both. I think you can use
Shields.
either. I think it's Shields. Anyway, we were talking about Brooke Shields and the campaign she did for Calvin Klein's jeans. And we were talking, the issue was, I don't know whether this came up again on a podcast or something, and the issue came up about Brooke Shields when she was a very young girl. It might have been a teenager, like 14, 15 years old maybe. And she did a commercial for Calvin Klein where she's laying there in her jeans and she said, "Nothing comes between me and my Calvins." Well, that's pretty kinky. Like bare skin, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Anyway, so then we thought, and then I said to myself, I said there was a famous, I said, didn't Andy McDowell once do something for a Calvin Klein jeans commercial and had something to do with Atlanta or Georgia or something? It was sticking in my head from years and years ago. And sure enough, somebody looked it up and they found it, and this was a couple years ago. And today on our birthday list is Andy McDowell. Andy McDowell is 68. She was in Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Groundhog Day, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. And she also did commercials for Calvin Klein. And I asked Jeff and Flounder to get this as a reminder back in the day when Andy McDowell, birthday today, 68 years old, was telling the story about some good old country boy and the whole family and how their one main goal was something that led to us here in our beautiful city. Andy McDowell, birthday today.
Dot and Earl, they got this dream.
Calvin Klein jeans.
They've been saving up, and all I hear all the time is someday, we're gonna see Atlanta.
And I never forgot that, and I remembered it was Andy McDowell, and her birthday is today, so happy birthday. What did it say, 68? Yeah, God, 68. Andy McDowell is 68 years old. And by the way,
Dot and Earl.
What was that? Our history thing today includes, on this day, 1918. Canadian pilot Roy Brown was flying in World War I when he came upon German World War I flying ace Red Baron von Richthofen. Baron von Richthofen was shot down and killed on this day, but it may not have been the Canadian pilot who claimed the credit. When the Canadian pilot saw a fellow pilot being chased by the Red Baron, he dived in pursuit, firing at the Red Baron. He eventually pulled out of the dive, lost sight of the two of them. It's believed the Red Baron turned while flying low and was shot and killed by the Australian Army on the ground and crashed near the Australian trenches. Although the Canadian marked his initial report of the fight as indecisive, his commanding officer changed it to decisive, and he got credited with killing the Red Baron, Baron von Richthofen. The Red Baron shot down 80 enemy aircraft. In a single month alone, April of 1917, he shot down 22 British aircraft in 1 month, 4 in a single day. And the Red Baron died in a crash from apparently ground fire on this day in 1918. By the way, just a couple of quick reaction things to that story about the Ostroshko family, the guy and his wife and kid who shoved that girl reporter to the ground and hurt her. The family now says they've all lost their jobs. They got threats to burn down their house, threats of sexual violence against his wife and daughter, and the charges may be filed. The FBI is looking into it, and some of the reaction is obvious. These are not peaceful protesters exercising rights. They're a family of thugs who think blowing out eardrums, physical battery, and mob intimidation is acceptable tactics against a woman journalist they disagree with. They endangered her safety, shattered any claim to moral high ground, and then cried foul when law enforcement finally stepped in. Shout out to the county sheriff's office for driving the girl to safety and then going out to try to get these people charged. Assaulting that woman outside the facility, he wonders if he should even leave the country because he's getting so much backlash. That's exactly what karma looks like. Who didn't think there'd be reaction to it, you punk, you bully? God, talk about violation of the First Amendment. Oh, how about this? The View, and I try to ignore these stories, but this, you ought to hear this kind of thing. I don't even know why they're still on TV. I guess this is a laughingstock example. The View co-host Anna Navarro, maybe one of the dumbest women I've ever seen talk. She sounded off about Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner, the Olympic athlete and now a female, identifying as a female, has changed her gender on her passport, and she complained she couldn't get a change on it to get on an airplane ride because they still have her down as male. And so this girl, Anna Navarro, the idiot of the View, said, Caitlyn Jenner, girl, cry me girl, cry me a river. Let me play my little violin for you. Changing the marker on the passports is an executive order that was signed by Trump on day one. So if you think he didn't know what he was doing, if you think he wasn't fulfilling a campaign promise, he's absolutely exploited it to get people. There's a special place in hell for people like you who only care about themselves and don't care about the effect on others. And then she quoted a trans athlete advocate named Janetta, who said, Caitlyn Jenner is a rich white bitch. She can pay for everything she needs. She now needs to put some of that money back into the transgender community. All these years we've been abused and battered, and she's used none of her power to help the community and bring about change. So they're bashing Caitlyn Jenner for supporting Donald Trump. And I tell her there's a special place in hell for women or people like her.
Not only that, they're telling her what to do because she transitioned. Well, you transitioned. Yeah. You need to take your wealth and give it to the transition people or the...
Yeah. Time to give a little something to the
freaks.
My God. Oh, mercy. It's 5:46. Kimmer Pete's back. Flounder and Jeff on the board, and you on 106.3. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon, too. Look out.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Braves Country, your season just got even better. Introducing Braves.tv, the new way to stream over 140 Braves games with no local blackouts. Watch live or on demand on any device. No cable, no satellite, no hassle. Monthly subscriptions are now available for $19.99. That's less than 70 cents a game. So head to Braves.tv to subscribe today. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Join Special Olympics Georgia for the 2026 State Summer Games being held at Emory University in Atlanta, May 22nd through 24th. During the weekend, Special Olympics Georgia will host 3,000 athletes, coaches, and unified partners who will compete in cheerleading, flag football, gymnastics, swimming, tennis, soccer, volleyball, and more. Opening ceremonies will be held Friday, May 22nd, 7 p.m. at McDonough Field. To learn more and to get involved, visit SpecialOlympicsGA.org.
The best time to shop for a new car is when selection is strong and the offer is clear. Right now at Marietta Toyota, the new 2026 Toyota Camry is all hybrid and in stock. It's built for commuters with exceptional fuel efficiency, up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. Voted Best of Cop, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Dealership Service Center. Here's the difference you don't get everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. For well-qualified buyers, special APR financing is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends May 4th, 2026. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Retirement should feel exciting, not stressful. But if you're close to retirement or already there, have you ever stopped to ask, do I really understand the risks to my plan? Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Things like market swings, higher taxes, inflation, healthcare costs, even living longer than expected can slowly chip away at your savings if you're not prepared. And even solid plans can have blind spots. That's why we offer a retirement risk analysis. It looks at how your investments, income, and taxes could hold up in real-life situations, not just on paper. It helps answer the big questions. What happens if the market drops? And will your money last as long as you do? If you're within 10 years of retirement or already retired, give us a call, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com to schedule a complimentary retirement risk analysis. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you retire with clarity, confidence, and control.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice. The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, president and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
One of the things that Georgia Power really prides themselves on is being involved in the community, being service-oriented. And one thing that we've really collaborated with them on is their real-time pricing. And we work with them on whether it's really hot or really cold, particularly for the Champion Center, how we manage cost efficiency during those times. And so they've had programs in place that allow us to manage it to the best of our ability to reduce the cost when it's at its peak of most expensive energy.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Yeah, all right, now this is a weird song deal for you here. You're going to like this if you don't know about it. In 1967, Abbey Road Studios, London. The Beatles completed the sessions for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The final recordings were a short section of gibberish and noise, which would follow a day in the life in the run-out groove. The recorded assorted noises and voices engineer Jeff Emmerich then cut up and randomly reassembled and edited backwards. At John Lennon's suggestion, they also added a high-pitch 15-kilocycle whistle that can only be heard by dogs. They were omitted from the American version, but here's an example of the stuff on this special album they did on this day in 1967. And he edited it backwards. Anyway, what a time. 1967, the freaking Beatles. You got to love it. Phone calls take priority. Patricia. Hey, doll, how you doing? Welcome aboard. What's up?
Well, when you were talking about Mandami and the Mets,
yeah,
I don't know if you saw the clip. It'll end up being Mandami and FIFA. The cost for public transportation to the stadiums.
Yeah.
$150 a ticket.
I know, it's unbelievable.
How's that for free transportation?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The idea about the company free state city grocery stores things. Yeah, start lining up now. Be ready in about 4 years. and by the way, Patricia, did you see freaking Barack Hussein Puttitat, the only president of America who has ever hated his country, doing Wheels on the Bus, and the Babylon Bee called it them doing. He got together with Mandami to read the tenets of the Soviet manuals and stuff. I mean, unbelievable. Communists together with Puttitat. Yeah.
And now he's also, Obama's talking about the jury rigging of Virginia. And he's encouraging everybody to go out and vote yes for that.
Yeah, the voting is today in Virginia, and the ballot shows whether or not people should change the redistricting map. And at the moment, there are 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans, 11 districts, 6 Dem, 5 Republican. And the map change for this woman, what's her name, the governor who lied about her goals, she now wants to change it to 10 Democrats and 1 Republican. How could that possibly stand? How could that stand a court challenge?
It'll probably take a court challenge, but the scary thing is it'll win on the ballot.
Yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it, and it may not even be close. And again, Spamberger, I think her name is, this liar. She's just lied about everything to get elected as a moderate. She's not a moderate. She's a freaking socialist. She keeps proving it. Anyway, Patricia, you have a great day, sweetie. It's great. Good to talk to you as always.
Thanks, Kimmer.
Thanks, Doll. Have a good one. 5:54. Holy cow. A quick birthday update here thing. Did you know that Tony Danza, the actor, is 75 years old today? Did you know he was a pro boxer? Actually, an actual pro boxer. He was Tony on Taxi, Tony on Who's the Boss, Tony on Tony Danza, and Josh Groban's dad, Tony Sr., on the short-lived Netflix series The Good Cop. Tony Danza is 75 years old today. Iggy Pop is 79. Patti LaBelle, the singer, 77. And if you know anything about old-timers, Sister Helen Prégine, the nun, 87 years old. She was known in the 50s and 60s, and particularly in the 70s and 80s, as the anti-death penalty woman. She was famous. She might have won a Nobel Prize for it. Anti-death penalty campaign. Let's see, 5:55. Donald Trump's extended the deadline. Nancy Mace has introduced a resolution to expel Corey Mills from Congress. The Republican congressman from Florida, Corey Mills, she says he's accused of domestic violence, sexual misconduct, stolen valor, profiteering from federal contracts as a member of Congress. And I looked up the stolen valor thing on Corey Mills. He was awarded the Bronze Star in the Army, and the 2 soldiers named in the paperwork about the Bronze Star said he wasn't even there. The private first class who was involved in the so-called rescue says he didn't save my life. I don't recall him even being there. And by the way, the injuries he had were non-threatening. They also said a brigadier general approved his Bronze Star, signed it as an administrative process, and did not verify anything about it. The awards were often reviewed and approved in batches. Mother Jones said he claimed on a job application to serve in the 75th Ranger Regiment and went to Army Sniper School, and the records don't show any such thing. Corey Mills, Florida. I don't know. Anyway, also a couple of bizarre stories in the news. In fact, we have a Noah's Ark story. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I'll get more time to it. Because who knows? Wouldn't you love to know the story on that? A famous matador, one of the matador king of bullfighters, Monlente de la Puebla. He was fighting at the arena in Seville, Spain yesterday when he's 46 years old, cleared the first 3 bulls, had hundreds of times before, and then all of a sudden a daring bull went near the irrigation ditch, a shallow cavity. The bull charged. The guy tried to sidestep, ran into trouble, abandoned his cape, which is trying to draw the attention of the bull, made a break for it. The bull wouldn't let him go, and when Puebla, the Spanish matador, turned his back to the bull rushed him and shoved his tip of his horn right up his butt. Perforated his rectum, 4-inch wide injury up his butt. He's staggering away, clinging to by his ass as he's walking over the bull ring. And by the way, good. There's no way that this is a good sport to, tease a bull, make him go crazy, cut him with a sword a million times so you can kill him.
Yeah. All you're doing is provoking him. So it's wrong. It's just wrong. I don't like it. Although you and Pete have said numerous times how you'd like to go.
We'd go to the running of the bull. I want to go running with a bull, so I don't want to kill one. I mean, I chased one. I chased some cows on my horse Shooter down in Florida a couple of times. That was pretty freaking exciting. Kimmer chasing cows on a freaking horse. I did barrel racing in rodeos on my barrel racing horse. A Shooter, I call him. Anyway. 5:58 already. Holy cow. I got some good stories we'll save tomorrow. We're out of time. Let's do another Flounders funny here for the record here, Jeff.
This question that men ask each other, and they always ask, what do women want? And I know what women want. I figured it out. I'm the biggest people pleaser on the planet. Women want you to do things for them or with them, but they want you to act like you love it. Next time, the girl that you love is will you go to my all-girls brunch with me? It's going to last 3 hours and 30 minutes. Be like, nah, I'd love to.
All-girls brunch?
My favorite thing is thinking things and not saying it. When her friend Trisha's like, how am I still single? Be like, I don't know, Trisha. You will have sex within the hour.
Mr. Pete Lee right there.
That's pretty cool. Oh, mercy. Anyway, it's all going on. Tomorrow's hump day. Pete Davis got his back, and we'll get to him with some more sports action. Whatever he's up to, and again, everything's fine. And he looked really good today and sounded good today.
Sounded great.
Every day better and better, so that's exciting. He had major heart surgery stuff. So anyway, Jeff, again, thanks as always. And Flounder and Mrs. Flounder, howdy. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on 106.3. Christine, in the meantime, Christine, baby, sing me home. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station.
The ceasefire extended. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump making the announcement on Truth Social a short time ago. Fox's Jackie Heinrich is at the White House.
This is what the president said. Based on the fact that the government of Iran is seriously fractured, not unexpectedly so, and upon the request of Field Marshal Asim Munir and Prime Minister of Pakistan, we've been asked to hold our attack on the country of Iran until such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. I've therefore directed our military to continue the blockade and in all other respects remain ready and able, and will therefore extend the ceasefire until such time as their proposal is submitted and discussions are concluded one way or the other.
Move coming even as the White House is put on hold. Vice President J.D. Vance's expected trip to Islamabad for a second round of talks, and Iranian leaders saying the continuation of the blockade amounts to continued hostility, and as long as it persists, Iran will not reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and if necessary, it will break the blockade by force. Pakistan's prime minister thanking President Trump on X for extending the ceasefire. The Pentagon says U.S. forces have boarded an oil tanker in the Indian Ocean.
The MV Tiffany was trying to transport that oil to China before the U.S. Navy intervened overnight. The Pentagon said in a statement, quote, as we have made clear,